Live from Las Vegas, about a half mile from the Las Vegas Strip, it's Arena Football League action. Today, the Las Vegas Gladiators and the Arizona Rattlers. Hi, everybody. Along with Gene Nudo, I'm Derdivanis. Welcome to Arizona Rattlers football. Well, Gino, was not a great start for the Rattlers. In fact, they were off to their worst start in some 10 years, but things are different right now, thankfully.
Typical Rattlers. They started off very slow, but in the last 3 ball games, they look like your old Arizona Rattlers with good offense and solid defense.
And no surprise, they've been utilizing the leadership of the veteran, the left-hander. He's been outstanding the last few games, and we're talking about Cedric Bonner.
Cedric, really, after a shaky start those first couple weeks, is among the league leaders again, making the great throws. His rhythm and timing seems to be back in sync with some quality receivers.
Along with Hunky Cooper, Bonner said everybody has to take a long look in the mirror, how they can get better. Well, said numbers, but they've been outstanding here in the last couple of games. It's been a comfortable situation, I think, the last 2 games, though, Gino, because now he's working in concert with Sia Burley. That was not the case earlier this year.
It's taken him until this point, but Sia Burley has emerged as one of the best offensive specialists in the Arena Football League, and he's really, the way he's playing now is the reason why the Rattlers signed him.
Yeah, he is second in the AFL in reception, getting very comfortable in Danny White's offense. We'll have more here coming up from Las Vegas. Again, Arizona Rattlers going against Clint Doziel, a talented quarterback for Las Vegas. Back after this, right here on Fox Sports Net.
My cousin's friend's an usher here. Says this is the place.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Nice work out there.
Yeah.
Can we get an autograph?
Sure, why not?
We're big fans.
Cool. There you go.
Hey, good luck on Wednesday night.
Thanks, but I only do security on weekends.
Oh, he's a security guard.
That's where I know him from.
Weeknights, it's a who's who on the best damn sports show, period. It's back! It's the clubhouse for Hollywood and Hall of Famers. Please welcome The Rock, Pamela Anderson, Chris Rock, Jesse Jackson, Cuba Gooding Jr. Where anything can and will happen.
This is too good and too much fun.
Just move your hips in a circle.
That is must-see T-busy right there.
Weeknights on Fox Sports Net.
Arizona Rattlers football on Fox Sports Net is presented by Budweiser. Grab a cold, fresh Budweiser. It's game time. Casino Arizona, with locations at the 101 in McKellar and the 101 in Indian Bend. We've got your game. By Circle K. What else do you need? And by the experienced attorneys at Phillips & Associates. Phillips & Associates can help you with any bankruptcy, criminal, or accident injury. And we're indoor here at the Thomas & Mack in Las Vegas. Rattlers taking on a 2-3 Las Vegas team. And we'll be back right after we pause for this. Left from the Thomas & Mack Center, where Clint Doziel and the Las Vegas Gladiators get set to take on the Arizona Rattlers. And Doziel, a quarterback that came here because Cedric Bonner did not, and he's a guy who's been around for a while, very competitive, former junior college and college teammate of Bo Kelly.
Well, Clint Dozell is one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the history of the Arena Football League, having led Grand Rapids to the Arena Bowl championship, the Arena Bowl 15. You know, he's got great numbers this season, 25 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. And he, too, is a leader for their team, just like our number 13 with Arizona.
Yeah, last week a different story on his back quite a bit against Georgia. We'll have the opening kick. Arizona taking on Las Vegas right after this here on Fox Sports Net.
Housekeeping.
This Arizona, the Las Vegas Gladiators, in a matter of moments. Time now for the Phillips & Associates accident injury report. If you've been injured, remember Phillips & Associates. And for the Rattlers, yeah, Frank Trinity, that's a tough loss. And you go down the list, Pete Tramontanis. Rattlers could use a little help on the line. And Gladiators, though, they're hurting even more when you talk about Sean Hill. Some of their 2 top wideouts not playing here.
Tramontanis and Trinity are very close to being healthy, and they'll be a welcome addition back to the Rattlers. And this Las Vegas team really has a rookie in the secondary starting, and Chameion Sutton, and he's going to be a guy that's going to be tested today. Yeah,
Danny White's certainly aware of Sutton's ability, and Frank Hagee is the guy who was able to get Sutton a local UNLV product activated, and he'll be thrown into the fire here today. Frank, a very successful AF2 coach. There he had won 37 out of 38 games. So we're about set to go. The Rattlers won the coin toss, deferring their choice to the second half. Nelson Garner getting set. And a little bit of showtime here at the Thomas and Mack, as you might imagine. While the Rattlers last week, a nice win against Columbus. And as you take a look at it, Gino, things are starting to get even tighter, although another win for New Orleans this weekend.
Well, if you look at the next 3 games, starting with this afternoon's game, next week against New Orleans, and the week after against Colorado, I think those are all games that are going to either make or break the season for the Rattlers.
Right now, the Rattlers at 3-2, and Danny White certainly, even last week in the win, he saw some things he didn't like, talking about some missed tackles, some mistakes made in the secondary.
I think when you're going well, it's the time to keep the pressure on the players and to be a little more critical. Hey, Maurice Bryant is back
How
to
about
receive.
That? That's a familiar number, although wearing the red. Budweiser bringing you today's kickoff. Grab a cold, fresh Budweiser. It's game time. And right away, the Rattlers go for the onside kick, and recovered by Las Vegas at the 6-yard line. And falling on the football for the Gladiators, that's Rick Cunningham. Not a big surprise maybe to some folks, but Danny's done things like that.
Well, I think he wants to keep them on their toes. Cunningham is a second-year guy out of Texas A&M.
See Clint Dozell's numbers. We told you earlier he played with Bo Kelly, both in junior college and later at East Texas State. Bo saying, yeah, this guy's just a competitor, and if he has time, he can certainly hurt you. That was not the case, though, last week. In high motion, Marcus Nash swinging out to Bryant. Bryant hit from behind. Antoine Scott makes the stop for the Rattlers, but positive yardage picked up as we take a look at the Gladiators starters. Cornelius Bonner has been around, no relation to Sed. Has played with Chicago. Marcus Nash, a big target at 6'4". And you see a familiar name there at the center spot. Old Joe Birch, or nice Joe Birch. I don't want to call him old right away.
Joe's in great shape, having a good year. But you know, Marcus Nash is a guy that's got 2 Super Bowl rings, one with the Broncos, one with the Ravens.
Second down and goal. Nash in a high motion. There's Dozell, and he throws it away. And that is not the rebound net. It bounces. If it goes off the net, yeah, it's a live ball. That was the extra padding behind the billboards in the end zone. And Gino, we do have a penalty flag thrown on the field. Interesting to note, tougher to throw down once you get inside the 20. Not much room in these beveled end zones.
Foul for linebacker out of the box. The quarterback fakes the pitch. 3rd down.
Well, the illegal defense penalty was waved off. It was a fake pitch, and Brian Henderson bringing a lot of heat. But going back to your original statement, those end zones are clipped, and you really have to change your thinking. You've got to play a hard inside position and force the receivers outside into those short curved walls.
Yeah, certainly from the defensive perspective, just underway. No score again. Nash right side of your screen in high motion. Dozell and taken by Bryant for the touchdown. Well, the former Rattler certainly ecstatic. And while he's a likable guy, Gino, sometimes you wonder, Maurice, Bryant in Las Vegas, how will that work? But there's no mistaking that this guy, great athletic skills if he can concentrate.
Well, really all it was a pick route. The two outside receivers picked down, and Bryant came behind him out to the flag. And, you know, he could be a likable guy, but today he's not.
He's in the red and black of the Gladiators. Goins just acquired a little more than a week and a half ago. PAT is good. So right away, after the Rattlers try the onside kick, Las Vegas quickly scores a 7-0 lead. As Maurice Bryant able a chance to pick up 6 here on an outing against his former teammate, the Arizona Rattlers.
Now at the Room Store, save store-wide on every living room, bedroom, dining room, and every Sealy Posturepedic mattress and box spring set, and get 0 down and 0 interest till April 2006. Hurry to the Room Store and buy this limited quantity pillow top 8-way hand-tied 100% leather sofa on sale for only $9.97, and get the matching love seat at 50% off. Don't miss the store-wide sale with no money down at no interest for 2 full years, only at the Room Store. At the Room Store. Ends Tuesday.
Mr. Goodwrench, the one and only GM expert. Can anyone be this good? You use the most advanced GM diagnostic equipment?
That's right.
As skilled with the computer as he is with a wrench.
Now get a lube, oil, and filter plus multi-point vehicle inspection for $19.95 or less. Mention this ad and receive 100 GM Goodwrench airline miles. Check out the values on our brand name tires, too. See your participating Valley GM Goodwrench dealer for details.
Las Vegas a 7-0 lead. Maurice Bryant back with in the AFL. Hey, folks, don't forget Beyond the Glory coming up. Donovan McNabb, driven by doubt throughout his life, but just as he reached the top of the profession, some controversy. We'll tell you after this kick here by Goins. And this knuckleball line drive caught by Sia Burley. He's up to the 15. And sidesteps his way to the 20-yard line. Rattlers also have Clarence Dawson. As a quick reminder that the Donovan McNabb, Beyond the Glory, coming up, takes you inside the hidden world of sports' biggest stars. Donovan McNabb, Beyond the Glory, tonight at 8, right here on Fox Sports Net. But nice to have some flexibility with Clarence Lawson, and along with his penalty being against the Las Vegas Gladiators. But you have both Burley and Lawson who can return kicks.
Good return guys, and you still have Hunky Cooper there also. There you get a good look at Cedric Bonner. And you know, when you're onside kick to start the game and they get a quick score like that, you got to respond right now. You got to come back with a score right now of your own.
Danny White as Gatewood, bottom of your screen. That's Hunky Cooper coming back to his hometown. Played at UNLV and still lives here. Gatewood also at UNLV, and he is stopped near the 17-yard line. Cornelius Bonner the tackle. Rattlers offensively look like this. Cedric Bonner, of course, the quarterback. Gatewood and Cooper, Sia Burley, Bo Kelly, the fullback. Mark Tucker, center. Wendell Gaines and Charlie Morris up front. Although right now we have Anderson out there at center, the former BYU player, who provides a lot of size. That is Gatewood in motion. Pitch to Bo Kelly in the wide side of the field. Some running room. The first down as he barrels his way inside the 5-yard line.
Very nice play. Just a pitch to the outside. Great block on the Jack linebacker. You'll see Maurice Bryant on the left side of the screen here get walled off by Wendell Gaines. And Bo Kelly gets the edge and almost brings it in. Nice gain for the Rattlers. Gives them a first and goal from about the 1.5-yard line.
Wendell Gaines, you see, guard eligible. Bo Kelly, a veteran and a solid player for the Rattlers. He'll take it again. Looking for some room. Kelly trying to get in, and he finally does. Touchdown, Arizona.
Good job up front. Jason Anderson, Wendell Gaines, and Brian Henderson. The three linemen, you know, with the team starting on defense, kind of moves your people around a little bit. Good job up front.
I don't know that Charlie Morris is eligible, but we all knew that. Well, I shouldn't say that. He's
not anymore.
Yeah. Gatewood to hold. Nelson Garner and the PAT, and it is good. So the Rattlers score quickly in answer. And the score of the Las Vegas Gladiators. Bo Kelly, a short run to the near sideline. Tina now with more from Las Vegas after this on Fox Sports Net.
All week on the ASR, Charles Barkley sounds off. He's getting ready for the Ring of Honor, but first he has some things he'd like to say.
The fans here made me enjoy fans again.
Don't miss the special series on the Arizona Sports Report all week.
After a rocky season, pride is on the line for Phoenix. And with a win over the mighty Red Wings, the Coyotes could snag their first winning record against Detroit in almost half a decade. Red Wings, Coyotes, Thursday at 6:30 on Fox Sports Net.
The road to success has been anything but smooth for Donovan McNabb.
People look upon black quarterbacks as not being smart enough.
But after proving his critics wrong, racism still smacks him in the face.
Donovan McNabb being overrated by the media because he's black.
You know, it's motivated me all my life.
It's the darker side of Donovan McNabb, Beyond the Glory, tonight on Fox Sports Net. Where Arizona fans come first. Fox Sports Net. Tuesday, on an all-new Shield, they've always been outgunned.
Damn, how many rounds went off here? Multiple shooters?
You don't need more than one shooter, you're back in that.
They've always been outnumbered.
Driver and passenger, extra muscle for that. Your guy so much as twitches. My guy's gonna put one in the back of your skull.
And until now, they've never been outsmarted like this.
Hey, shoot! Make me a hero!
The Shield, an all-new episode, Tuesday at 10 p.m., only on FX. Check local listings.
Good guys have tied the game after being down 7-0. The Rattlers. Interesting to note, too, as you're talking about two of the top three defensive teams when it comes to possessions in the league, and both teams scoring rather easily, although a little differently.
Well, we'll see if the Rattlers. I bet you they're going to kick it deep this time.
Although I wouldn't be surprised later on we see more onside kick from Danny. Conventional and end over end through the slack net. There'll be no return the touchback. Rattler fans need an oil change or new tires? Then you need a pit stop at any of the 26 Valley GM Goodwrench locations. Drive in today for service second to none, and you'll receive a free Rattlers hat and 2 free tickets to sit in the GM Goodwrench zone at a Rattlers home game. GM Goodwrench, the one and only GM expert.
Hey, Nelson Garner with another good kick into the net. Held it up there, holding the touchback, and really the last 3 ball games, his kickoffs have been excellent.
Garner, one of the best kickers in the league last year. Dozell has a guard eligible. And again, that's Bryant in the corner of your screen in motion. Turn it around and hit immediately. What a job defensively. And it's the quick Brian Henderson who got in there to make the tackle. A little help from Wendell Gaines.
Brian Henderson just closed right down the line right away. I've got to tell you, folks, Brian Henderson and Wendell Gaines are playing as good as any 2 linemen in the league right now. They're bringing a lot of pressure. They're playing with a lot of energy. And both of these guys get all over the field. Last week, Wendell Gaines tackled the receiver 20 yards down the field and forced a fumble.
Henderson leading the league in sacks. That's a tackle for loss. 2nd down and 11. Bonner, Cornelius Bonner in motion. Nash makes the grab. Pickup of about 6 yards. Gatewood and Heyman Milligan the stop for the Rattlers.
Well, it was a good read actually for the Rattlers because Cornelius Bonner beat the jam at the line of scrimmage, was running wide open down the middle of the field. Marcus Nash, the big receiver, he's the kind of guy that the Rattlers could match up pretty well with Heyman Milligan.
Told you Doug Plank's team, 3rd in the league defensively in terms of giving up scores. That's touchdowns to possessions. And now Bonner and Cornelius Bonner in motion. Dozell a medium drop and looking for Bonner, who got some room from Milligan, but overthrown. Clint Dozell. But what makes him special, Gino? He's been around the league and pretty much comes down to having the time.
He gets rid of the ball quickly. He's a lot like our quarterback, Cedric Bonner, in a lot of ways. Interesting that with 4th down and 4, that Las Vegas is now going to go for it.
Well, and you're talking about and you have a kicker who certainly has the leg. Go and sit a 55-yarder. Although that's like rolling the dice even here in Las Vegas. 4th down and 4. Nash in motion, pump fake, and Maurice Bryant makes the grab, but a flag on the field.
The umpire threw the flag there. It's either going to be an illegal defense or a hold. One would be good and one would be bad.
Yeah, the bad would be a linebacker out of that box. And Doug Plank is burning a hole into Riley Johnson.
Illegal defense. 2 linebackers out of the box. Penalty is declined. Results of the play. First down.
Not only was one linebacker out of the box, both linebackers were out of the box.
Get your money's worth.
And I think that's against the rules. You know, the box is from shoulder to shoulder, the outside shoulders of the offensive guards. And you can't get out of that area. And it looked like both Kelly and Hunky Cooper were both out of that area.
Ball out to Las Vegas 23. Cornelius Bonner in motion. Dozell, a quick pass. Maurice Bryant. He gets away from Gate with a spin move. Breaks away from Hunky Cooper. Stays on his feet. And a great recovery by Cooper to get up and finally make the tackle. But a couple of nice moves made by Maurice Bryant.
Well, Maurice is juiced up for this game today. And what they've done is they've thrown short passes to him to get him acclimated to the game and the game speed. Gatewood misses the tackle. Cooper misses the tackle. Anderson misses the tackle. Finally, Cooper catches up. And Hunky said he wants to get a shot on him today, and I think he will eventually. But Maurice Bryant right now is delivering.
And the Rattlers did a lot of that with Maurice last year in terms of the short passes, get the balls into his hand where he can take off. As now you got Cornelius Bonner in motion. Dozell throws, and it's caught by Nash, who's dropped it about to 7, short of the first down. And not looking like two teams that were among the best in defense here in the early going in Las Vegas.
Well, it is arena football, and everything is geared around moving the ball and scoring. Marcus Nash just ran a little slant route that time. Good timing, and as we're talking about Dozell, what makes him so good is the ball is out. Very seldom you're going to get a big hit on Clint Dozell.
Nash at 6'4" provides a big target, does not have the speed of his teammates. And he'll be in motion again. Now they're going to send Bryant, who will back up. On 2nd down at about 3. This for Maurice, who's by himself, and the touchdown.
Well, it looks just like game planning there. Defensively, they thought that they could hold the receiver short and run the motion man in the corner route. The corner route was wide open. You'll see Bryant just get separation from Milligan. Milligan's supposed to come over the top behind that.
Hammond acknowledged as if he was saying it was his bad. Dozell, touchdown pass thrown, the second to Maurice Bryant. And the Rattlers down by a possession. Here's Goins, acquired him to trade less than 2 weeks ago. He hits the PAT, and now Joe Jackson getting into it with one of the Gladiators. That's Fernal Hankton. Arizona down by touchdown. Maurice Bryant getting a couple scores against his former teammates right here on Fox Sports Net.
I shadowed your husband. He's been a very busy boy.
Is this?
The new Fiesta taco salad.
But why?
Frankly, tastes even better than before.
Introducing Taco Bell's new Fiesta Taco Salad. All the classic ingredients you love, made better with a new tangy chunky salsa and new lime-seasoned crunchy tortilla strips, served in a crispy tortilla bowl.
You can play this game.
For a taco salad that's even better than the original, think outside the bun.
I was charged with a criminal offense. After talking to the police, I received a summons. I knew I was innocent and I didn't know what to do. I saw Phillips and Associates in the Yellow Pages and called. They accepted my case on a very affordable payment plan. My attorney helped me. He was experienced, very aggressive, and he believed in my case. If you've been charged and felt you were innocent, I recommend you call Phillips and Associates.
At Phillips & Associates, we can aggressively defend your DUI or criminal case. Call now, 602-258-8888.
Ooh, you're a naughty little boy, aren't you? Keep it up, and I'm going to give you a spanking. I'll teach you the meaning of respect. You're not getting any of my Bud Light, do you hear me? No kisses for you. Not till you learn to obey me. Now, get down on all fours.
Fresh, smooth, real Bud Light. It's all here.
AFL veteran Clint Dozel, a couple touchdown throws. A little more time for Dozel than he had last week.
Looked very relaxed there, didn't he?
They've lost a couple of close games this year, Las Vegas has. But this is the most important game. Las Vegas has never won a game against a divisional rival. 0-6 against the West. Here's Cy Burley with Tom Pace blocking some running room. Cuts back to the right side, taken to the corner, and Cy Burley gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Just like last week, a touchdown on a kickoff return. This didn't start the game, but just as effective, and 6 more for the Rattlers.
And that brings about the 300 Rattler fans right here at the ball game up to their feet. One thing about Cy Burley, he just kind of glides.
Number 61 is an eligible pass.
He takes the ball off the net. You'll see him now. He just kind of slides. He finds a hole. He slides again. Now he's going to slide back again. And he slides right into the end zone. Very nice.
Shifty moves by Cy Burley. And he is indeed smooth. Former LA Avenger. PAT by Nelson Garner. And it is good. So thanks to Cy Burley, who did it last week on the opening kick. Returned it for a touchdown. And here's a look at this one here today in Las Vegas.
Fans, you'll never know how tough it is. They have your back to 8 guys trying to knock your head off and to turn around and then avoid it. You see the Rattler guys are just staying on people and giving them the opportunity to make the return. Special teams coach Bob O'Connor works very hard on just keeping a helmet on somebody and giving our return guys the opportunity.
And with Burley's TD, we're knotted up now at 14. Diamondbacks return to Fox Sports Net this Saturday afternoon. They take on the San Diego Padres for spring training on the Diamond. Join Tom Brenneman and new analyst Mark Grace as they call the action live from the Peoria Sports Complex. It's the first of 63 games right here on Fox Sports Net. It begins Saturday at 1 o'clock.
I'm kind of disappointed they didn't give me a shot at that color analyst job for the Diamondbacks. I mean, I know baseball.
You do?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Well, you can still go down there. Maybe they'll use you. They have a few guests in the booth. Do you know?
Ball's got to have points on it.
Okay, for you? All right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Back to receive as Nelson Garner getting set. And we're getting underway. Certainly a couple of weeks of spring training. And these guys, the Rattlers, a lot of them have buddies on the D-backs team that follow them pretty closely. This is Robinson with the return. Denison Robinson slowed down by Joe Jackson. Picks up an extra 5 yards. And Jackson, Englehart, along with Wante Bryant.
You just don't want them big guys on top of you down there.
Yeah.
Denison Robinson now be in the ball game for Maurice Bryant. They both play that wide receiver linebacker position.
Good to see, too, Gino, the Rattlers scoring a couple of touchdowns in the first quarter. They've been outscored by their opponents in the first quarter, finding themselves behind the 8 ball quite a bit in the first 5 games. Danny White's team trying to get to 4-2, having won 3 straight. Dozel has newly acquired Lenny Ware in motion and dumps it off to the fullback. And Frank Carter thrown out at the 14-yard line. That's not Gomer Pyle, Frank Carter. Tom Pace makes the stop.
Just a little hot route by the fullback. He goes between the guard and the center, and the linebackers have to man up in there. And Tommy Pace, the former running back from Arizona State University, sniffed it out all the way for a minimal gain.
Jackson is the other linebacker. Scott, Morris, and Englehart, Tim Englehart out of New Mexico State, a rookie in the AFL. And the other 3 linemen. Nash in motion. He makes the grab, hit immediately by Heyman Milligan. Pushed back to about the 20. And should be enough for the first down. We'll see what kind of spot they get. And a first down for Las Vegas.
And those are the kind of plays that are kind of like prize fighter. Those are body punch plays. You let the guy catch the hitch in front of you, and you make sure you put a good lick on him, and hopefully it'll pay dividends for you later in the ball game.
Even though they've lost 3 games this year, Las Vegas has had most of those losses by touchdown or less. And it's a good team this year. They put a lot of money into it. As Nash in motion again. Dozell time. Near borderline and caught by Ware. Out of bounds at about the 20. But you know, what is that? A team that moves to New Jersey, try to get situated, get the fans interested in football here, indoor football in Las Vegas.
Well, I think they've done a good job. If you look at, there's a lot of distractions and there's a lot of competition in this market, like there is in the Arizona market also. But I think they're building it the right way. They've got a good, solid fan base. And, you know, I think it's got a good chance to be something that stays here for a long time.
They had an earlier entry in the league several years ago.
The Sting.
Dozell, pump fake with a short drop and overthrows the intended receiver. As the pass intended for Robinson, well covered by Orshawante Bryant.
Orshawante Bryant and Randy Gatewood arguably could be the 2 best defensive backs on our team, and they're both quality wide receivers.
And Gino, this is a guy, Orshawante Bryant, who really hadn't played much defense, didn't play it in college at all, and was new when it comes to tackling and covering players.
Well, if you take a look there, it was a hitch and go coming right after the hitch route on the play before that. Orshawante smelled it out.
Robinson, top of your screen. The motion man is Nash. On 3rd and short, stutter stepping, flag on the field. Dozell gets rid of it, and it's caught. Tackle made or forced out of bounds. Heyman Milligan, grab made by Marcus Nash.
Joe Jackson was out of the box, and it's going to be an illegal defense penalty against Arizona. That box we were telling you about, Joe got wide, got outside of it right away.
And for those watching at home, Gino, in terms of distance.
Linebacker around the box. Penalties decline. Results of the play. First down.
If you were to draw the box up, how far outside as opposed to
well, the
your
box
own
is on
tackle?
the outside shoulders of the offensive guards, and it's 5 yards deep into the defensive backfield. If you take a look, those umpires who stand between the 2 linebackers, those linebackers got to be in view of the umpire.
And this should be the last play of the first quarter. Ware in motion. Tied at 14. And in the end zone, great try by Ware as he goes into the stands. Wow. And they're a little concerned. Let's see, there's Clarence Lawson went with them. I know Clarence isn't going to get hurt. Rock solid.
Coach Plank tells him, you cover your guy, you follow him anywhere he goes. So Lenny Ware goes over to pads and into the wall, and Clarence Lawson followed him right in there with him.
That's the end.
What an effort by the 2. That is the end of the first quarter. And they're battling hard here in the early going on Fox Sports Net from Las Vegas. Wow. Going with you.
Housekeeping.
Do you need something to wake you up? We've got the freshest coffee going. And anything else you want. Circle K. What else do you need? Do you wish you had a camera? We've got cameras and anything else you want. Circle K. What else do you need?
Now at Circle K, get ice cold Bud and Bud Light 18-pack cans for $11.99.
The room store is #1 in Arizona because of our great selection of famous name brands. We'll beat any price, any day. Our next day delivery. Buy it today and have it tomorrow. At our no-hassle money-back satisfaction guarantee. Never a cancellation or restocking fee. And right now, save store-wide on every living room, bedroom, dining room, and every Sealy Posturepedic mattress and box spring set. And get 0 down and 0 interest till April 2006. Look for our 8-page insert in Sunday's Arizona Republic.
At the room store.
Don't miss it.
So you decided to quit smoking cold turkey. We think that's great. But just because you're doing it doesn't mean you have to do it alone. With a little help, you can quit faster and stay quit. Consider this. When a craving hits, it only lasts about 90 seconds. So, get up. Go for a walk. Get a drink of water. And by the time you get back, it'll have passed. Simple idea. And no one needs to know we told you. It'll be our little secret. I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Arizona Rattlers football on Fox Sports Net is presented by The Room Store. We put it all together and save you more at The Room Store. Subway, eat fresh. And by your Valley GM Goodwrench dealers with 25 locations to serve you.
We begin the second quarter, and Lenny Ware was just signed. When he played for the Tennessee Titans, I don't think he was ever worried about going into concrete, as we'll take a listen.
Wow.
And you're right about Clarence Lawson.
He's asking himself, what am I doing here?
NFL, that never happened with Tennessee. Former UNLV player. Clarence Lawson, we call him the little stone. He is rock solid, and no doubt that he was going to get up. 2nd and 10 as we begin the second quarter. Nash in motion. Rattlers going to be called for offsides. This is a free play, and another flag put on for pass interference or holding, with Bonner and Lawson getting tied up.
Well, all the flags are on us. No doubt about that.
Excuse me, Bonner and Lawson.
Bo Kelly was moving forward at the snap of the ball. Linebacker has to be stationary. He cannot be moving forward into the second neutral zone. And then we have pass interference. How about Cedric Bonner in the first quarter? 1 for 1. Wow.
Efficient.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Encroachment. Defense. Number 2. Penalties decline. Pass interference. Defense. Number 27. The penalty is half the distance to the goal. And an automatic first down.
Here you get a good look at it. Before the ball is snapped, you can see Bo Kelly coming forward on the left of your screen there, trying to anticipate the count. And you'll see Clarence Lawson. I don't know necessarily if Clarence did anything wrong there. He was just playing the ball.
So 1st and goal, about the 7. Maurice Bryant back in the game. That's Bryant in high motion. Lawson will go with him. Dozell. And it's caught for the touchdown. Marcus Nash.
Well, very similarly to Maurice Bryant's touchdown earlier in the game. That time they wheeled Maurice Bryant and ran Nash on the post. And quite frankly, Lawson had him covered. He never looked for the ball. He's got to look up for the ball and make the play.
Yeah, Danny didn't look too happy. As this may be one of those games as to who blinks first, Arizona and Las Vegas.
Here you get a good look at it. Nash on the post, Lawson with the coverage underneath. Just got to look up for the ball.
PAT, it is good. So Las Vegas never trailed here in the first half. They have a 1-touchdown lead on Fox Sports Net.
Mr. Goodwrench, the one and only GM expert. Can anyone be this good? You use the most advanced GM diagnostic equipment? That's right. As skilled with the computer as he is with a wrench.
Now get a lube, oil, and filter plus multi-point vehicle inspection for $19.95 or less. Mention this ad and receive 100 GM Goodwrench airline miles. Check out the values on our brand name tires, too. See your participating Valley GM Goodwrench dealer for details.
Las Vegas with a touchdown lead here from Sin City with Gene Nudo. This is Derdivanis. Who will join us in person come Thursday. A very short week indeed for Arizona.
Got to get back to work tomorrow.
Rattlers take on the high-flying Food of New Orleans. 5-1. Goins kick. And Cy Burley. And runs out of room on the near board line. It looks like we got a wrestling match going. Of course, Bo Kelly in the thick of it. Hey, folks, don't forget Fox Sports Net Across America is the new weekly magazine show reveals sports' most dramatic stories. Now, this week, this will be a good one. Colorado football player Jeremy Bloom will take on the NCAA in the case that could change college sports forever. Plus, meet the Gonzaga player whose toughest battle comes off the court. Fox Sports Net Across America debuts tonight at 9 p.m. right here on Fox Sports Net. Hunky Cooper in motion. Bonner slings it out to Cy Burley. Not much of a gain. And well covered. Frank Hagee's team, well, they had struggled a little bit last week. That's not the case. Both teams have been dynamite when it comes to getting the ball in the end zone.
Well, it's going to be a game of chess. Sooner or later, somebody's going to have to make a mistake here. 5 possessions and 5 scores. Pretty good offense so far.
And that's a great graphic for folks watching AFL football the first time. That is the stat. It's not a game that's really driven by numbers except possessions and touchdowns. Bonner. The home run ball downfield. Gatewood juggles incomplete. Good coverage by Cornelius Bonner.
Good recovery by Bonner. Good ball by Cedric Bonner. Rattlers are complaining a little bit. Looked like Joe Birch, nose guard, might have moved and had a shade on the center, Charlie Morris. Here you'll see the ball thrown pretty flat. Cedric gets a little bit of air under that ball. I think Gatewood has a chance to run away from him, but he did what he thought he had to do, and he's thrown an awful lot of touchdowns through the years.
That'll bring up 3rd down and long. Bonner. And this is Burley for the first down, the tumbling effort. We'll talk about the new football. Earlier said that it was causing problems. The ball was floating on him. That was not the case on this last delivery, but how long does it take to make an adjustment like that?
I think it took him a couple games, but I think he's adjusted now. And if you look at the way he's delivering the ball, and those first couple games, he had a couple balls where he tried to get up over the top of the ball, and the ball took off on him and went up into the net. And you don't see Cedric Bonner throw the ball like that.
Almost to the point where he wondered if he did it intentionally because, yeah, it doesn't sail on Bonner. Gatewood in motion. Bonner times, sidearm, taken by Burley. Out of bounds he goes. And he gets a hit there at the last moment. Burley just takes it in stride. Yeah, he's fired up. Make no mistake, Maurice Bryant.
He's having the 1.5 of his life.
Well,
if he'd have played like that for us, he'd still been with us, okay?
We talked to Bryant a little earlier, and all he could say, it's going to be a game. I mean, he was fired up and not happy the way things ended in Arizona. But at times he was outstanding. Other times you'd wonder if his head was in the game, but he's played well so far. Burley makes the grab for the first down inside the 5.
I think it's pretty fair to say that they've ironed all their Burley and Cedric Bonner have ironed out everything, and now he's making the adjustments and going to where he's supposed to be, and Cedric's delivering the ball to where he's supposed to be.
Ced did make the comment that he feels the key, also chatting with Danny White, that the key is to get everybody involved and not just Cy Burley. You have a number of talented receivers, but some folks wondered when Bonner struggled early if you'd see a possible change, and really it got down to that point. It might have happened, but he got things going in the right direction, and Hunky Cooper, not a good homecoming on this first play, hit from behind and hit by Bryant. They're having words. And these are two guys that do things differently. You can't find guys who are more different in terms of their approach to the game of football.
They are way on the opposite ends of the spectrum, and I'm sure that they are going to have a chance to meet again today.
Hunky, there's no showboating in the end zone, the exact opposite for Bryant. And Hunky tried to help Maurice Bryant the last couple of years with Arizona. On 2nd down and goal, plenty of time for Bonner, and off the fingertips, overthrown. Cooper couldn't bring it down. 3rd down and goal from the 5. He's got about, 90 passes out for this game, and about 30 from his old high school here in Las Vegas.
Actually, he's coaching at a local parochial school here in town in the off-season, and there's not a city that we can go to where Hunky doesn't have a lot of family and a lot of people, and just a fan following from his great career through the years.
Las Vegas fans, or Las Vegas front office, gave out placards that said, "Beat Hunky." He almost came to Las Vegas to play for the Gladiators. And now a flag is thrown. Bonner wanted the fans
delay
to...
game, offense, number 13, 5-yard penalty.
And Danny White
Still third
is
down.
really upset because the offense couldn't get communication going because of all the noise. Hunky Cooper played here in the early 90s. He played 6 positions. Randy Gatewood, a couple years after, Gatewood was an All-American honorable mention, and Hunky was an All-American as a punt returner.
Gatewood caught 23 balls in one game in college, and that's unheard of.
Against Idaho. Hunky in the slot with the penalty. Bonner slings it, caught by Hunky. Does he get in? He does for the touchdown. A penalty flag on the field, however. Great second effort by number 14.
I think there's a lot of linebackers out of the box.
Illegal defense, number 3, penalties declined.
I think Maurice Bryant out of the box. He wanted to get close to Hunky, so Hunky couldn't get a running start at him next time.
And Cooper wins this one after
number 61
Bryant got him earlier.
receiver. Number 61.
So now, Arizona looking to tie the game at 21. Now, Hunky caught it. He was not in the end zone. He had to somehow will the body to get in there. And that's a body that's been banged up a great deal through the years. And Garner with the PAT, it is good. Assistant coach Chris Conlon talking to his line. So the Rattlers have tied the game at 21 midway through the second quarter here on Fox Sports Net. 21. I'm glad Nelson Garner doesn't dye his hair green.
There's a guy with green hair that just
St. Patty's Day. We're only a couple days away. Hunky Cooper, he's been a treat to watch all these years. And he wants to make a nice showing here. Ironman of the game a couple weeks ago. And Maurice Bryant, yeah, this will be fun to watch because they are so different in how they approach the game of football. And a very strong kick returned by Maurice Bryant. And Bryant is stopped. Randy Gatewood makes the tackle. And Charlie Morse, you know, Hunky's not the only one that wants to put a pretty good hit. And a flag thrown.
Hey, Maurice has got himself an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct.
And tonight on your Arizona Sports Report, Selection Sunday, Wildcats are going to the big dance. Tune into the ASR to get a look at the complete NCAA tournament brackets. Arizona Rattlers tied at 21.
Here you'll see a very late. Maurice just didn't like getting hit. Charlie gave him the business a little bit.
We saw it.
Which is okay. I mean, you know, he's got to lean on that neck to try to wear him down. But right after that, Maurice got up and threw the ball at Charlie.
Well, and I get a kick. I like Maurice personally, but he doesn't possess, he's got the discipline my son had when he was about 5, and that gets him in trouble. But he is a treat to watch in terms of what he can do. He makes the grab here. And then Bryant is hit hard. Look at Clarence Lawson. And he says, bring it on. But now, see, he's smiling.
Sure he is. He's got the good grill. Look at that. Here he just runs a hitch route. Lawson drives on it and gets a good hit, and 14 comes right over the top to finish him off. You know, we're spending too much time talking about it, but it's fun. It's fun.
The intensity level with a guy like Hunky Cooper, combined with the athleticism of Maurice Bryant. Tied at 21. 6 minutes to go. Bryant in motion again. Dozell gets rid of it, and the fan from Mesquite, Nevada, comes up with it.
Well, my guess is that Antoine Scott, who got a good hit on Clint Dozell, my guess is Phil Glover, the fullback, went the wrong way. It was a slide protection. Phil Glover was supposed to block the end, and Bill just set up inside. You see him 31, and Antoine Scott, the rookie out of Mississippi, gets a nice shot on Clint Dozell.
He's getting better with every week.
there. The kid is 295 pounds. He runs a 4.8 change, 40, and he's a hard worker, and he's going to be an excellent arena football player. He may not be today what he's going to be in a couple of years.
It's all business with Antoine Scott on 3rd down and about 4. Dozell after a couple pump fakes going long downfield, and a well-thrown ball for the touchdown, taken by Marcus Nash. Now again, you talked about, Gino, that the DBs at times don't turn back to look. I'm not sure.
He was covered and covered very well. I don't think Heyman thought the ball was coming to Marcus Nash. Marcus Nash just ran a go route, and you'll see Heyman just kind of running with him, and he doesn't really look for the ball. Right there, that's just a nice throw. About 15 yards back, it looked like Nash kind of let up, almost like the play was gone.
For a couple of pump fakes made by the quarterback Dozell in this game that now has Las Vegas up by a touchdown. Thanks to the nice reception, well-thrown ball, Marcus Nash making the grab. Arizona again down by 7 here from Las Vegas on Fox Sports Net. You want a pass interference, offensive. Down by a touchdown. As did he or didn't he? Marcus Nash on a possible push-off.
Well, if you see him in the route here, a little bit down the field, he kind of eases up just after the spot right here. Watch him slow down right here. Like, you think the ball's not coming to you, and all of a sudden now he'll push off. It's close. It's close.
And a little poop job goes out of bounds. As driving this one, the kangaroo hop into the turf, the kick by Goins. And nowadays, yeah, Frank Hagee, a lot of these guys taking the page from Danny White's book that you can go with the onside kick. This one being a kangaroo kick anytime.
Well, what's happening now is with 4 minutes and 17 seconds to go in the half, Vegas is trying to position themselves so that they end up with the ball with the last possession of the half. There's a lot of miles to go right now in this half. There'll be 3 or 4 more
Kick out of bounds. The ball hit the turf before going out. It's Arizona's ball, 1st down.
Ball near the Las Vegas 19-yard line. Yeah, I agree with you, Gino. 4:15 is an eternity, and I don't think how you can think you're going to run it out and be the team to have the ball when the half ends as far as Las Vegas. Or Shawante Bryant in motion, swinging out of the backfield. Tom Pace inside the 15. And Las Vegas is fired up. We talked about the importance of this game. Las Vegas has never beaten Arizona. Rattlers pounded them last year, 69-26. And there's the possessions. Nobody's blinked thus far. On serve.
Arizona beat them in the playoffs last year. And, you know, this obviously wasn't close. But at 2 and 3, 2 and 4 puts you really behind the 8 ball. It's a big game for them, but I think it's as big a game for Arizona. Rattlers, if the playoffs were to begin, would be one of the 8 teams to get in for to begin today. And Jackson, not a whole lot. Brought down. Thaddeus Buller, the tackle. Second-year player out of Florida. They're playing pretty well up front. You know, Rick Cunningham was in on that tackle also. 6'7", 325-pound man out of Texas A&M, former Cardinal. And he's an offensive lineman. Interesting to see him getting down the line of scrimmage. Cooper scoring the Rattlers' last touchdown. Watching this drive on 3rd down and short. Flag over the field. Caught by Burley. He sprints for the end zone. He's going to be short. But again, penalty flags on the field. Looked to me like Las Vegas was moving all over the place and may have been offside. It's against Las Vegas. Rattlers would get the 1st down. Not exactly been a strength of the Rattlers from a 1-yard line either. Gino, and what about, we talked about Riley Johnson, the official, but Paul Furking, is that how you pronounce Paul's last name? Paul Furking is the umpire today, number 51. And you know,
there are 2 fouls on the play. Encroachment to the 2nd neutral zone on the defense. Offsides on the offense. Those penalties will offset. Replay 3rd down.
That was an interesting no call there. Paul Furking, number 51, the umpire, has got is actually a Hall of Fame basketball coach in the state of Illinois. And Paul's grade school basketball team in Norwich won 222 consecutive basketball games.
There is Paul. That's not his best side, is it?
No, it's not, but it's a record unmatched in the annals of basketball.
Bonner gets it off the top pace, and he is just hammered. As Sutton, a kid from UNLV, a vicious hit.
Well, anytime you throw the ball in front of a DB in this league and you've got a wall, you know, he's gonna drive on the ball. And really, in his first game in the AFL, you want to keep him running. You don't want to keep things in front of him. And you end up with a 4th down and about a yard.
Rattlers, of course, will be going for it. Arizona is down by touchdown. See the time remaining. But he coached you, did he not, Perkins?
Well, no, he didn't coach me. He cut me for a second grader when I was in 8th grade.
And you're still upset about that?
Drew Dammeier, and I'll never forget it, okay? But actually, we did coach together at my high school, and he's been a very good friend of mine for a long time. Actually, I brought him into arena football, and he's worked 2 arena bowls and has been generally considered the best umpire in the league for many years.
Looking here in Las Vegas today. Okay, here we go. 4th down and about 1. That's Pace in motion. Play fake to Pace. Bonner stumbles. Bonner gets the pass off and incomplete. A skidding attempt made by Burley. Penalty flag on the field, however. Bonner was upended, as you can see. Bullard got to Bonner.
There's been a lot of multiple flag plays here.
And it appears to be against Arizona, unless they're offsetting penalties. Here is Riley Johnson.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Well, there's only 1 foul. There's no foul for illegal linebacker blitz because there was a run action fake. We have encroachment of the second neutral zone on the linebacker. That penalty is excessive. 5 yards, first down.
You betcha. Hagee upset because the initial indication was that it was against Arizona, and that's huge. Instead of being Las Vegas football, 1st and 10 Arizona, or 1st and goal in this case.
Yeah, the game's been a little bit sloppy. There's been quite a few hankies. How about the group of Rattler fans? A couple hundred of them strong, and they're right behind the Rattler bench, about 15 rows up. And when they walk in the building, when the Rattlers were on the field warming up, it was very exciting. And matter of fact, when we were coming off the field, our fans were cheering for us. They hired the music in the arena so that our players wouldn't hear our guys cheering when people coming off the field.
Yeah, both Rattler fans and Las Vegas fans, chance to make some noise here in this touchdown lead for Las Vegas. 1.5, as you can see, left here in the first half as Bryant to the left. Burley will be in motion. Bonner trying to get his team tied at 28. Gets the pass off, caught for the touchdown, Tom Pace. Another flag on the field. A lot of flags here today in Las Vegas.
That umpire's getting his money's worth. It might be another out of the box.
Linebacker out of the box, 31. Penalties decline. Results of the play, touchdown.
Bill Glover in his first start of the season, and he's getting his money's worth.
Danny White's team.
Number 61 is an eligible
down by
pass receiver.
1.
Number 61.
Here you'll see Bonner rolling a little bit to his left, buying himself a little time, and Pace, very sure-handed receiver, gets into the corner of the end zone.
There's 1 minute remaining in the first half.
1 minute
Arizona
rules in
has 3
effect.
timeouts. Las Vegas has 3.
As
The 1 minute timing rules are now in effect.
Okay, we know that, Riley. But Tom Pace didn't look real comfortable the first couple of games, and all of a sudden kind of woke up, and he has been solid since then. And there's a lot of things similar to what Chris Horn did for a couple of years with Arizona. Gatewood to hold. And the PAT is perfect. Timeout. 1 minute left in this one. In the first half. And Arizona has tied the game with the Gladiators here on Fox Sports Net.
What's wrong? You guys know. The lunch meetings, the receipts, and this. He's in a meeting.
It's not what you think. It's even better now.
Taco Bell's new Fiesta Taco Salad is better than before. All the taste you love with a new tangy chunky salsa and new lime seasoned crunchy tortilla strips. For a taco salad that's even better than the original, think outside the bun.
Housekeeping.
Do you need something to wake you up? We've got the freshest coffee going. And anything else you want. Circle K. What else do you need? Do you wish you had a camera? We've got cameras and anything else you want. Circle K. What else do you need? Now at Circle K, get ice cold Bud and Bud Light 18-pack cans for $11.99.
Arizona has never led. Game tied at 28. Cedric Bonner, he's curious about what's coming up at the half.
You know what, and so am I. Actually, at halftime today, the feature is going to be my little Pop Warner team, the Northeast Bombers, who were state semifinalists this year. And we tried to put together some footage that wasn't of me swearing.
You weren't screaming too much.
No, I don't normally scream, and anybody that's played for me will know that I'm a very stoic, almost like Tom Landry.
Like to see that. That's coming up at the half. We'll have stats and highlights and much more. We'll see if the Rattlers go onside. And they kick conventional. Las Vegas honoring the possibility of it. Robinson chases it down. It'll be a touchback.
Nice move. Everybody came up to play it. And a kickball that hits the wall in the end zone is dead. So Nelson, who had everything set up for the onside kick, just took one step and pounded it deep.
I'm surprised Hagee had Robinson come up. Usually you'd have the guy hang back just in case, but no return because Robinson was up.
Ken, I want to pass along birthday wishes to a good friend of mine, Joey Padish. And little Joey is 8 years old today.
He's not one of the kids you scream at.
Son of the Honorable James Padish, I might add, and this day.
Very good. Tied at 28, and Nash holds on to it. Gatewood is there, making sure he doesn't get up. Folks say, what's it like to come to Las Vegas, the football team?
Arizona,
as the Rattlers call a timeout. But there is business to be done. Hunky Cooper didn't go home. He stays with a hotel. Has to meet the curfew last night, 11 o'clock. And it's never been an issue. Danny White's teams have always been well disciplined, and if that's not the case, you're off the team.
Well, that's the case, and that's true. But I have to tell you, I'm not so disciplined, and I can't wait to get the heck out of here. Because I've been getting knocked from pillar to post in those casinos.
Rattlers got in yesterday. And we'll head out tomorrow back to, and be a tough week. You come back with New Orleans, a team that's won 5 of 6 games, and that game's on Thursday.
We've got a lot of good seats available, too, fans. So come on down to the Snake Pit. Thursday night kickoff at 7 o'clock.
54 seconds left in the half. Rattlers tied at 28. Dozell sends Ware in motion, drops it over, and Robinson makes the grab. Even Milligan got him. Hunky Cooper threw his body also down there.
What a great throw and great catch. You know, he had to get that ball over Cooper, and barely got over Cooper, and I tell you, it was a big hit. Here you'll see Robinson on the crossing pattern just over Hunky's fingertips, and Heyman Milligan, to quote my good friend Tom Leander, makes him wallpaper.
You bet. Robinson. Now guard eligible on the right side. Dozell, 16 of 21. Again, neither team has been stopped here in the first half.
Delay a game, offense, number 13. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
And that is not the end of the world in this scenario.
There have been games. I can recall years ago beating Las Vegas at America West Arena, 72-69. I remember going out after the game with Bruce Hardy, who was our coach, and we went to a local establishment, Eli's, and the owners asked us, who's the defensive coordinator? Bruce raised his hand, and they had about 3 kick returns for touchdowns. Who's the special team coach? Bruce raised his hand again.
The golden boy from Mesa, Bruce Hardy. And incomplete. Another flag on the field, back behind the line of scrimmage.
Now that's got to be a hold or something. I mean, it just can't be an illegal defense or all the time. And it is on the defense, of course.
Talk with Scott Garofo, our director, earlier.
Illegal defense. Illegal twist by the defense, number 99. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
That's Brian Henderson. He reminded us last time Danny White's team took on Clint Dozell's team. There was like 160 points in that game in Grand Rapids.
Well, if you notice on the right side of your screen, the defensive lineman cannot interchange positions. So if the nose guard goes to the left, the end can't come under him or over him, okay? And Henderson came behind Tim Engelhart. Paul Ferking made a good call, unfortunately, and he's still getting after me after all these years. Second grader, okay, a second grader.
Here is now 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. There's Maurice Bryant in motion. You see Lawson going with him. And this play is blown dead. It would be another pass interference. Joe
This is
Jackson.
very hard television, I must say. Right now, there's a flag of play.
Well, the thinking was before you let the boys play in this game.
False start. Offense 75. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Joe Birch.
Former Rattler. Very likable guy.
He's a great guy, Joe Birch. Joe Birch has been a great player. You know, we didn't know if his health would ever get back to what we hoped it would be. And so far, he's gotten himself in great shape. He's got his weight down, taking a lot of pressure off of that toe. And he's having a good season. He's playing very well.
Las Vegas, 2-3 this year. Rattlers trying to get to 4-2, looking for the 4th straight win. Arizona's never led today. 43 to go in the first half. Maurice Bryant to the right side. This one going to the far board line. And Nash makes the grab.
I'm glad he got out of bounds. We saved some timeouts.
39 seconds. We talked about coming up Thursday. The Voodoo, the name alone should get you out to the Snake Pit. The Rattlers and the Voodoo. They have a great logo. That'll be Thursday, 7 o'clock. A rare Thursday game. The number 602-514-TDTD.
Voodoo's 5-1. They're owned by the New Orleans Saints. Mr. Tom Benson.
They won last night. And flag on the field. The play was never blown dead. Brian Henderson just hammered Dozell and knocked the ball loose.
And it's going to be an offside penalty on our defense, and it should have been blown dead because he would have been unabated to the quarterback.
Defense, number 99, 5-yard penalty, still second down.
Well, he got his money's worth on the blind side.
Yeah, he did, and you know, quite frankly, that's a mistake. That thing should be blown because then nobody should get a free shot at the quarterback like that.
Well, the flags were in the air, but before Henderson made the hit. But you're right, we didn't hear a whistle. And this guy's, you're right, Gino, with the good footwork, speed he has, hard worker, good now, going to get better.
Yeah, and a great kid, great solid kid, good in the community.
19 seconds to go in the half. More flags on the field. This one caught. Guard eligible, rambling downfield. And that's Hankton, the lineman out of LSU. Flag back of the line of scrimmage. And the way you see Dozell talking and protesting with Riley Johnson. This may be against Las Vegas.
He can't be talking to the referee.
Illegal shift.
Yep.
2 guys moving. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
So Randy Gatewood got the wind knocked out of him. That was a big guy, Hankton out of LSU. And, you know, Randy put him into the wall, but he paid the price.
Frank Hagee, 37-1 with the AFL 2 team. The Quad City Steamrollers, is it?
Steamwheelers.
Or Steamwheelers, yeah, but they steamrolled that year.
And Frank's father was a coach with the Iowa Barnstormers when we played them for the Arena Bowl.
Well, he coached with Frank
yes, he
in
did.
New Jersey for a year or two.
Art Hagee's a nice guy, and he's back in Iowa watching this game, probably on the dish.
In high motion, Marcus Nash, double pass, Bonner. Cornelius Bonner throws and incomplete. Again, as Hankton was rambling downfield, his back turned toward the play. Clint Dozell's gained some weight in the last. Well, that wasn't Dozell, that was a fan of the stand.
Actually, it was a very smart play by Cornelius Bonner. If Bonner throws that ball to Hankton, it's a pick all the way. Because Clarence Lawson smelled it. Here you see him look, and he'll look, and he'll look. And Clarence Lawson is sitting there waiting for that ball.
Doesn't Bonner have to throw it some other direction? I mean, that's one that...
He threw it as short as he could be with a 300-pound guy on his toes.
So that'll bring up 6 seconds left. Tied at 28. Cornelius Bonner in motion. And this is caught out of bounds. Clock stops. 3 seconds remaining.
Well, that's going to be the first stop of the game right there in the last possession of the half. They're going to go for a field goal here. Where I come from, field goals are stops.
I agree. It's not a clean stop, but it is indeed considered a stop.
They stop. Danny's got his sleeves rolled up, so he's ready to go to work now.
And they're certainly in the range of Goins, who had a 55-yarder last week in his first game with the Las Vegas team.
Good little kicker out of Northwestern.
This will be a 45-yard attempt. Alcorn, the former kicker at San Jose for so many years, he was here, and he was having trouble on the kickoffs. Well, get you jettisoned before too long. And this one, half ends. Hunky has it. He goes down. Don't forget, ball when the second half begins, and they get a clean stop.
Wendell Gaines, second time in the last couple of weeks that he blocks a kick.
Tied at 28. And don't forget, folks, coming up at the half, we will hear from Rat Tails. Watch number 89. He's got the size.
He is playing. He's making all the hustle plays. You need to get a little pass rush on this guy, and I think it's a big stop, obviously. Big stop for the Rams.
Cy Burley, one of the touchdowns scored by the Rattlers. One of the 4 touchdowns with this kickoff return. Back with Rat Tails in a moment on Fox Sports Net.
We'll never know what that feels like when you have your son on a football field next to you.
But don't let his sensitive side fool you. Once the ball is in play, Nudo can't contain his passion for the game.
Yellow 40! Yellow 40! Come on, Fritz! How do you like it? Squeeze! Squeeze! Cerno, get in there, squeeze! Slice it and dice it! Oh, Charlie, you just run right into the guy and let him block you! Hey, was that anything any different than we talked to you about? Rhino! We want to run it right at 48? Yeah. You guys want to run it at 48? Yeah, you get stood up. Hell with 48. Let's kick this. I'm on a mic. Let's kick the doo-doo. Guys, I'm telling you right now, okay? It's a good football team over there. Let's tear their heart out right now, though.
This kind of intensity helped the Bombers to a 10-2 record and a trip to the state semifinals. His devotion to these kids has earned the respect of their parents.
Yeah, Gene is into it on the sidelines, and he's got a lot of compassion for the boys and a lot of fire also. He's pretty feisty on the team. He gives the boys inspiration to go out there and do it right, and if they, if they're good and they do it right, he's always there with a pat on the back.
For Gene, it's not just about wins and losses. He'll worry about that at his day job. This is just for fun.
What a great bunch of kids we have, and it's emotional for me. I like coaching these young kids. And I was a high school coach in Illinois. I was a minor league coach. I coached the Rats. I coached the Chicago Bruisers. But this is the most rewarding level of football.
Outside at 28 with Las Vegas. We said neither team is blocked, although Las was stopped in the first half, Gino. But Las Vegas did have that closing stop in the first half, so Arizona gets the ball back. They get the extra possession.
Well, now it's time to take control of the game, and if Arizona get that score.
Taking a look at the 2 quarterbacks who really hooked up on a great offensive battle last year at Grand Rapids when Dozell was there, and both have been quite efficient.
Well, it goes to show you that stats really don't mean a whole bunch in arena football. Arizona had 7 total yards offense in the first quarter. If you look at Cedric Bonner, he's got 64 yards passing, less than half of what Dozell has. Yet Rattlers have 28 points in the tie ball game.
Interesting to talk about the 2 defenses. You say you're not getting to the quarterback as the possessions. The one stop of Las Vegas total yards, but Arizona has been efficient. And again, one of those drives began near midfield.
I think the game is really a penalty mark game. If you look at the accepted penalties, there's only 10 accepted penalties, but there have been a lot more penalties thrown in this ball game than that.
You see the total yards with just 80 for Arizona. We made mention, though, that's a little misleading. I think it's to note, though, because the two defenses, neither team has put a whole lot of pressure on the quarterbacks.
No, and that's credit to the quarterbacks. They're getting rid of the ball very quick. Now, the best hit Arizona had on the quarterback was on an offside play.
We talked also the fact that the Rattlers able to take advantage of some mismatches. And an interesting note, too, because when you feel these two teams get together, this is one most important for Las Vegas, a team that struggle against teams in their division.
Well, it's a big game for both teams, and the winner of this game really is going to be in the driver's seat for a playoff spot.
We're looking forward to an exciting second half, a real battle here in Las Vegas, and a game tied at 28. The Arizona Rattlers and the Las Vegas Gladiators. Hard rock'em sock'em football here from Sin City. We'll have more after this on Fox Sports Net.
I shadowed your husband. He's been a very busy boy.
Is this?
The new Fiesta taco salad.
But why?
Frankly, tastes even better than before.
Introducing Taco Bell's new Fiesta Taco Salad. All the classic ingredients you love, made better with a new tangy chunky salsa and new lime-seasoned crunchy tortilla strips, served in a crispy tortilla bowl.
You can play this game.
For a taco salad that's even better than the original, think outside the bun.
Magazine show that reveals sports' most dramatic stories. Jeremy Bloom battles the NCAA to keep his Olympic dreams alive. Plus, will diabetes sideline Gonzaga's title shot? Fox Sports Net across America premieres tonight.
After a rocky season, pride is on the line for Phoenix. And with a win over the mighty Red Wings, the Coyotes could snag their first winning record against Detroit in almost half a decade. Red Wings, Coyotes, Thursday at 6:30 on Fox Sports Net.
Along with Gene Nudo, Kent Derdivanis back with you, the Thomas and Mack Center in Las Vegas. In a hotly contested battle between these two divisional rivals. And the first half, you might expect, a lot of action. Four touchdowns. And it all started with the former Rattler, Maurice Bryant, making his presence known.
He had the first half of his career for this season, actually.
Rattlers came back to tie the game on this run by Bo Kelly at 7.
Great block by Randy Gatewood down the field.
Short pass route to number 3, Maurice Bryant. Put Rattlers down by a touchdown.
Marcus Nash, a big target at 6'4", 210.
And to the living room, and how about this? Second straight week, a kickoff return for a touchdown by Sia Burley.
Stand up and take notice. He's ready.
And Hunky, great effort. Once again, Nash on a pretty well-thrown ball. And the final score by Tom Pace.
Wide receiver linebackers for the Rattlers catching some balls today. We didn't get any catches last week.
Clint Dozell. It was last year when he was at Grand Rapids that the two teams combined for more than 160 points. We're not heading that direction here, but
you never know.
I think that the fact that neither team has been able to put much heat on the opposing quarterback certainly would let you think that we'll see several more TDs thrown coming up in the third quarter.
Arizona will receive on this end of the field.
This game is going to come down to a turnover. Whoever is going to get that turnover is going to win the game. Clint is really pleading the case here with Paul Ferkine, and Paul, being the reasonable guy that he is, will listen to him. and then when he's had enough of them, he'll walk away.
Well, he was harassed too much by kids that he had to cut back in the second grade.
And I told him I was going to get even with him today.
It's a opportunity to play against former team Maurice Bryant, who in the first half had himself 6 receptions, 2 touchdowns, and good guy Joe Birch.
Joe still lives in the Phoenix area. Happened to see his wife and kids this week, and Joe's having a good season. He's a good tempo setter for his team. As Joe goes, the team goes, and as a center, that's a difficult thing to say, but in the Arena Football League, if Joe's getting pressure for you, the rest of the guys will fall in the line.
And he's done his job. As we said, that there have been a couple times the quarterbacks have been dumped, but not very often. And you give Dozell time, he'll find his man, and the same, of course, for Cedric Bonner. We'll see what's in store for the second half. I told Maurice, I said, you know, I thought you're going to go to Hollywood. I mean, he's got the 1,000-kilowatt smile and all about show, and a good guy, but sometimes he gets a little wound too tight, and I think some of the problems with the Rattlers that he didn't have the plays down, and that certainly wouldn't sit well with Danny White, although, yeah, now Danny White says, Frank, he's your problem.
Yeah, Frank didn't exactly thank us today either, okay? Don't be surprised if we see an onside kick here to start the half off with Las Vegas, maybe. Just like the Rattlers started the game off.
They're having problems with the clock in one end zone.
Imagine this is the city of a gazillion lights, and the lights don't work.
Well, last night it was Metallica and Godsmack that performed here, and I'm surprised, you know, the heavy metal fan that you are, the building's left in one piece from Metallica.
Oh, what a great night. Sarah Brightman was at the MGM last night, which we had a chance to see her last week at America West Arena. And then we had the great Italian heavyweight fighter, Baby Joe Macy, and Shane Mosley and Winky Wright. And Winky Wright pulls off the upset. A lot of stuff happening here. And there's our Rattler man. Normally we see him at around the 10-yard line on our sideline, but today he's in the Thomas and Mack Arena.
He's near the 25-yard line. Yeah, the green ran out of green there on the close to St. Patty's Day, but great fans. I mean, they are so dedicated. You've been to the Snake Peak, you know what we're talking about. And hopefully be part of the action come Thursday against New Orleans. Kickoff at 7 o'clock at America West. Well, we pointed out through much of the first half, Rattlers get the ball to begin the second half so they get an extra possession. This is where they can take the upper hand here should they score on this possession. Goins getting set. And out of the beveled corner of the end zone. Should bring the ball up with that kicker. Did they say it was inbounds, which it would be a touchback right at the 5.
That's a strategy, I think, that they realize.
First down.
Ball hit the field of play and then exited. Once the ball hits the field of play, it's deemed as a ball that can be catchable. So it's not going to be one of those balls that gets spotted at the 20-yard line.
Tough to tell. Our vantage point, about a third of the end zone is impaired with the permanent seats here at the Thomas and Mack.
Are you trying to say there's obstructed view seats here?
There's not much real estate in the end zone for the
Oh,
players.
word.
Yeah.
Oh, word.
Make it up as we go along. That's kind of like what we, the view we have. All right, here come the Rattlers. Guard eligible. Mark Tucker on the right. Tom Pace, top of your screen, will be in high motion. Burley and Gatewood are the other wideouts. Bonner hit as he gets the pass off and throws it away. Second down and 10.
John DeWitt bringing a little bit of pressure up front, along with Frank Carter, the linebacker. Cedric gets flushed out. Carter gets good movement. Tucker gets beat to the inside by DeWitt. Cedric gets rid of the ball. That's the one good thing about arena football. You don't get one, you throw it away and get another one.
Once again, Tucker is guard eligible. Same formation. Kelly the fullback. Pace in motion. Burley and Gatewood to the left. This is Burley. Some running room. And pushed down to the 20-yard line. Rattler fans, of course, the best fans around. So when you're out celebrating a victory with friends, make sure you have a safe ride home. Choosing a designated driver is always part of a good game plan. Thanks for drinking responsibly. A message from your friends at Budweiser. and the Arizona Rattlers.
Nice toss by Cedric to Burley. Split the defense. Picked up a nice 14-yard gain.
Out of the 20-yard line. That's Pace in motion. Maurice is the center. Looking for Pace. He's wide open. Touchdown, Arizona.
All right. That's the kind of thing that you want to see. You have a rookie starting in the secondary, Chameion, Sutton, and Marvin Taylor is absolutely chewing him out right now. And really, all Tom does is run a stutter and right by him.
Is an eligible receiver.
He was so
Number
open that
61.
it makes you scared.
Pays with the concentration, hauls it in, and the Rattlers lead for the first time today. Garner with the PAT. It is good. So the opening drive. Any body slam. Is that a pin here? WWF move.
1, 2, 3.
All by himself. I've not been able to catch that.
Phillips & Associates is a law firm dedicated to helping people right here in Arizona. If you've been arrested for a criminal offense or DUI, you need the right attorney, someone who really knows how to help you. At Phillips & Associates, you can be represented by an experienced, aggressive trial attorney, and they can make their services very affordable. All it takes is one call to 602-258-8888. Remember, Phillips & Associates for any criminal or DUI case, and call 602-258-8888.
Mr. Goodwrench, the one and only GM expert. Can anyone be this good? You use the most advanced GM diagnostic equipment?
That's right.
As skilled with the computer as he is with a wrench.
Now get a lube, oil, and filter plus multi-point vehicle inspection for $19.95 or less. Mention this ad and receive 100 GM Goodwrench airline miles. Check out the values on our brand name tires, too. See your participating Valley GM Goodwrench dealer for details.
On the right doing the play-by-play on radio, and that's Ricky Parker making his radio debut, inactive today while Ron Wolfley's down on the field a bit.
It's the longest I've ever seen Ricky Parker go without talking.
He knows he's on camera. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't want to look at the camera. Yeah, he can talk. This one off the net. And Robinson cuts it back. Charlie Morris brings him down. Another flag on the field.
Ricky Parker is a very articulate man. He's very creative. He's a musician. Got his own group.
Here's the return, holding on the return team, number 27. The penalty is half the distance from the spot of the foul. First down.
He'll do a great job as a color analyst, but we're excited about getting him back on the field.
Travis Cole could do some commentary if he's not being used to chart downstairs. He can imitate all the broadcasters.
Or Coach Ron Wolfley, you can put a mic on him, and he'll get you the inside scoop from the bench.
I love hearing Clarence Lawson do a Ron Whippley imitation.
Very well he does it too, I might add.
All right, Rattlers lead for the first time, 35-28. Dozell, short drop. And spun down. And Marcus Nash the grab. Tom Pace done a nice job filling in where Chris Horn was, and they have similar shuttle speeds.
Marcus Nash with his 10th catch of the game. He's having a career day today.
Had a few touchdowns, but does not have the breakaway speed of the guys who were injured. Talking about Shaw and Hill. On second and short. And he makes another grab. Getting catch at the 11-yard line. Tackled by Randy Gabriel.
Well, you know, everything comes off with time. The quarterback has time to set and throw. They're going to make those catches. Here he just runs about a 15-yard dig. And just actually, it's a post. Little stutter post. Straight throw. Maybe not a catch. I think that ball was showing them. 10 catches. Having a big day.
Trying to tie the game at 35. Pace and Kelly are the fullbacks. Gatewood, Milligan, Lawson, the DBs. Little shovel toss to Maurice Bryant. Flag on the field. He's mugged by Gatewood and Tom Pace.
I think they had an illegal shift. They had 2 men in motion. Again, Maurice Bryant's a little slow to get up.
He's still not up. And they're not sending the trainer over, at least not yet.
Offside. Defense, number 17. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Yeah, Maurice was in the fetal position until a couple seconds ago.
Took one of his legs. He was
in the first half. 6 grabs, 2 for touchdowns. We'll take a break while they tend to the former Arizona Rattler with the Rattlers up by touchdown right here on Fox Sports Net. We're in the third quarter. We hear from Las Vegas. Maurice Bryant. And he's going to stay in the game. Didn't look too good, though, a few moments ago.
Well, it looked like he might have rolled his ankle a little bit. Couple guys on the tackle. But Las Vegas took a timeout. And with that timeout now, it will allow Maurice to stay in the ball game. But Las Vegas now has 2 timeouts left in the half.
Yeah, both ankles are mummified as Bryant sets up shot wide to the left. Lawson will stay with them as he circles to the right. They're stacked up, the 2 wideouts to the right. Drop it, and Lawson able to reach in there, and then able to come up with it. Maurice Bryant.
Well, Clarence got away with one. He had Maurice by the back of the jersey from about the hash mark, and he was pulling and yanking and tugging. There you'll see Maurice in motion, coming around the horn here. Puts a good move on, and watch Lawson now grab him. Yeah, I think he had him a little bit there.
And to Bryant's credit, he's not dropped the pass thrown his way that was catchable without having a defender there. Clarence Lawson, a veteran of the league. Touchdown lead for Arizona. Here's second down. Nash in motion. Dozell with the pump fake. Gets rid of it, and it's incomplete. Off the hands of flag in the backfield. Off the hands of Nash. And we'll see if it's holding against Las Vegas.
I think they got Cedric Pittman with the hold. This is similar to the play that they scored the touchdown on. That time Lawson puts his head down and just should have been a catch.
Yep.
Holding. 92, offense, 10-yard penalty. Check it out.
So that'll move it further back. Rattlers.
I think he meant 91.
Yeah. They yet to have a 92 on the roster. How about Cleveland Thomas out for the year with the knee injury? That's going to, although they have depth at San Jose.
Well, it's sad because the guy is truly one of the great players in this league. And we don't wish any player like that to be hurt. But I know San Jose is a very resourceful team. They'll find a way to get themselves out.
Frankly surprised that Thomas didn't have more of an opportunity in the league that plays on Sundays. NFL. Open. Nash. 1-point lead for Arizona.
Looked like they were running double flags, and Nash just broke it back. Caught us napping back there. There you watch Nash take the motion on the inside.
Number 64 is an eligible receiver, number 64.
And he'll see the coverage there and just kind of do a back pedal into the open hole. Dozell does a good job of finding him.
The only time Dozell's been stopped is when his team attempted a field goal that they missed in the first half. Goins with the PAT. Dozell in the hold, and the PAT is good. So back even Steven. Arizona and Las Vegas in this battle of 2 teams in the West. Back with more after this on Fox Sports Net. 35. Big afternoon for Marcus Nash. And you can see just one stop of Las Vegas on that field goal. So Arizona, they want to stay on top, need to respond with a score of their own. Burley at the 5. Cuts back to the middle and brought down from behind at midfield. Nice shot to pursue him from behind. That's Phil Glover who makes the stop. Diamondbacks return to Fox Sports Net this coming Saturday afternoon. They take on the San Diego Padres. Spring training. Join Tom Brenneman and new analyst Mark Grace as they call the action live from the Peoria Sports Complex. As the first 53 games on Fox Sports Net begins Saturday at 1. About time they put Grace back to work.
You can't beat fun at the old ballpark.
Yeah, after a little rainy weather the first week, it's been outstanding throughout the Grand Canyon State. Pitched the ball. Bo Kelly looked like he wanted to pass for a moment. Instead opts to run and almost had the first down, an 8-yard pickup. He knows he had the first down, but Carpet Monkey got him at about the 15.
Bo thought he had the end zone. Watch Brian Henderson pull, get a good tag block out of Tom Pace. Or Bryant with a good block downfield. And I'll tell you, Marvin Taylor was looking for worms in the grass. If Bo could have kept his feet, he was gone.
Taylor, the defensive specialist, 3 interceptions, leading the team. Bryant left. Burley in motion. Bonner all the time. And he throws this one into Henderson. And Frank comes up with it. A little pressure the last moment, but boy, if you have, what's the timing as a quarterback? You figure if you have X amount of seconds,
it's going on in your head. If it's a 3-step, I mean, you're counting. You got that internal clock. But, you know, there's no way on that play that we're going to have 3 guys 5 yards off the line of scrimmage. My guess is that the offensive specialist, Saya, in this case, didn't make the correct read because Cedric was looking for something in the opposite corner.
He's the newcomer, Mr. Burley, of those 3 wideouts. Bryant and Tom Pace being the other 2. Anderson at center, Morris and Henderson. And he held on to it. Yes, he did. Touchdown, Rattlers.
There's a little cheese on that ball. Man, you talk about, he had no choice. Either catch it or get hurt. Holy mackerel.
Like Houdini, Pace comes up with it. We told you he was Chris Horn-like.
Tom's got good hands.
Number 61 is an eligible pass receiver.
For a guy who was a
61.
natural halfback, he's really developed into quite a wide receiver.
Just a talented athlete, so versatile. I think there was a point where he was not even going to play college football. PAT is good. Rattlers back up on top by touchdown. Nice athletic move on a man who wanted the football and wanted it badly. Tom Pace, right here on Fox Sports Net.
Housekeeping.
Do you need something to wake you up? We've got the freshest coffee going. And anything else you want. Circle K. What else do you need? Do you wish you had a camera? We've got cameras and anything else you want. Circle K. What else do you need?
Now at Circle K, get ice cold Bud and Bud Light 18-pack cans for $11.99.
Cedric Bonner has his team on top by a touchdown. He's got confidence in wideouts, and why not with the great concentration of Tom Pace.
Tom just beats the jam at the line of scrimmage. Tough to jam a guy when he's in motion like that. Taylor does a pretty good job of staying with him, but just a good pitch and throw.
And Pace to reach over the helmet to pull it in. Donovan McNabb was driven by doubt throughout his life, but just as he reached the top of his profession, a controversy rocked his world and tested his resolve. He would wrong Well, overcome adversity and prove the critics wrong. Beyond the Glory takes you inside the hidden world of sports' biggest stars. Donovan McNabb, Beyond the Glory, tonight at 8, right here on Fox Sports Net.
Hey, Ken, this is a tough job. You got to be able to read in this job.
and one language. You know, they give me Spanish, I'm really in trouble.
If they were doing it in Calabrese, I'd be okay.
There's the return. Bryant tries to flag it down. Ball goes out. They should bring it up to either the 5 or they say it's at the 3. We'll be at the 5.
A.J. Novak with a little bit of a shot on Maurice. You know, the last 2 games, Nelson Garner has put kickoffs high off the net and gotten bounces like that one where the Rattlers have recovered the ball.
Englehart, Morris, Novak. A couple newcomers.
William Penn. Where is that at?
You don't mean
the ruling on the field. The ball was touched in the end zone. Then went out of bounds inside the 5. By rule, the ball will be spotted at the spot where it went out of bounds.
Riley Johnson's on top of it. Very good. I think I like him.
Our referee may like the calls now.
Sure. What are you trying to say?
Well, I don't like the fact we saw so many penalties in the first half. And
well, the referees will tell you, coach them up better, so you don't have the penalties.
And I hate to say this, Gino, but if this is an NBC game, I'm just convinced you're not going to see as many flags come out. You have a window
are you trying
for
to say
national
some
TV.
games are more important than others?
No.
Look, this is a Fox Sports Net game, okay? Mm-hmm. And that to me is just as important as NBC.
Well, it is to us, or if not more so.
More so, absolutely.
You're right.
Remember, they got 2 quality announcers for this game.
When are they going to get them? That's what I want to know. 4.5. Remaining in the 3rd quarter. Maurice Bryant, well, he had his way in the first half. Not much damage in the second half. Lawson on the tackle.
Here he is just on a simple hitch pattern. He'll catch it, and he'll be looking for the ground. You see how low he got there right away? He knew guys were coming. Just got to keep putting the wood on these guys, all their receivers, not just him. I like to see some guys take 2 shots at Marcus Nash and slow him down. He's like a runaway train.
Hunky and Novak are the linebackers for Arizona. Goes out with the pump fake, going long, and overthrows the intended receiver. And the fans wanted the flag as Bryant was down there fighting for position.
Oshawante Bryant had the inside position, was looking back for the ball. I'd be curious to see what the call was here.
There's no foul on the play. The offense and defender were both going for the ball. 3rd down.
Didn't I just say
Just
that?
how we like it.
Well, that's exactly what I said. Yeah, you know what?
Dozell not too happy.
Clint's going to have an aneurysm now.
Dan's thinking, well, maybe so. It's got to be a flag on somebody.
I mean, it's just an out and up. And here you'll see the coverage. OB is playing it best he can. The ball is thrown out of bounds. Actually, it was a live ball on that wall. I think it's a good no call.
No
just keep
problem
the
with
flag
it.
in your pocket.
In motion, Nash once again. Looking for Nash, kept away, and Nash makes the grab. Is in. Nope, he is down inside the 5-yard line. Now I'm looking to see penalty flags. No, not this time.
No flag.
Unfortunately.
There Nash is in high motion. Comes up the field. Puts a good move on. And Heyman tries to grab him. And they got to open them hips up and run with them.
Gene, as a DB, is there a point where you go ahead and take a chance and go to the outside?
Well,
maybe you get
I think you got to get out of the back pedal when you feel threatened. And that's, when he eats up your cushion like that, at some point you got to take a chance. And that guy was wide open.
Now 1st and goal from inside the 5-yard line. Trying to retie the game into the end zone. And this will be for the 6th. Did he haul it? Well, he was out of bounds. He made the grab. Out of bounds. It is no good. They're celebrating. They don't realize it's no good.
Throw incomplete. The player hit the end zone, the wall in the end zone.
So it is no good. They could take those points off the board.
Comes again in high motion. The motion man is their guy. Just looks for the ball, goes up, and comes down on his own on the line. Good call by the back judge.
Migraine for Frank Hagee.
I don't know what Frank's worried about. We haven't stopped them the whole game.
They stopped themselves with a missed field goal, but yeah, you're right. The 5 on second down and goal. To Nash. And the flag on the Rattlers, and that's Chameion Milligan with pass interference, or holding, which is a good move by Milligan. He doesn't do
Pass
that.
interference, defense, number 3. The penalty is half the distance, and an automatic first down.
The timing pattern, if he doesn't hold them, it's an easy 6.
Well, they're just going up top down here. It looks like fade pass, fade pass, fade pass. Here you see Nash. It's a corner move on. It looks like he steps on Chameion. Actually, Milligan really rolled back onto that knee. Actually, he's walking off under his own power, but he could have hyperextended that knee.
Gee. It's like we call him Spider-Man, and good thing he is, the way he's able to stay at the game.
Well, if he's going to stay in the game now, Arizona will have to take a timeout.
And down he does. So a timeout
Arizona
with 1:36.
will be charged with their first timeout to keep the injured player in the ball game. Timeout.
I don't know if he could stay in the game by looking at his body language right
Arizona.
now.
Rattlers, again, we made mention of Kelvin Hunter inactive. You saw Ricky Parker doing color commentary, so he's not available. You have some flexibility with Gatewood, Bryant, along with Lawson, and now Milligan comes over to talk with defensive coordinator Doug Klein.
Well, like I mentioned before, Danny and Doug feel like Orshawante and Randy Gatewood are very good defensive backs. But obviously it would hamper your offense because one of those guys would have to go the rest of the way.
Arizona's had a couple leads in the second half. One of those right now. They had an initial lead to open up the second half in this game that would give the Rattlers their 4th consecutive win.
I think they're going to test Milligan again right now.
Not now, most definitely later, especially something long. Slowed down, did not get in, the fullback, and Phil Glover chugging his way straight ahead.
A very late flag just came down right now. Good job by Novak making the play there. And there's a very late flag, and the corner is really, we couldn't see it, but I see 3 coming out of there again. Maurice Bryant.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense, number 27. Penalty is half the distance, and an automatic first down.
That's
number
Lawson.
27 is ejected from the ball game.
Oh my word.
Now that one really hurts because you have the injury to Milligan. And we could not tell from our vantage point exactly what was going on in the wrestling between Lawson and Bryant.
Well, that is a real bonehead play, I got to tell you. First of all, Milligan gets hurt, and he's limping around. Then the other defensive specialist gets tossed.
Well, now you got to keep Milligan out there. Danny White
hearing. Oh, my word.
Now, they've been going at it for a good part of the night. And we're not sure. We're only assuming that Lawson's the guy that got caught. Do not know whether Bryant had started it. Him and Milligan with the
well, it's pretty
ankle.
hard to believe that Maurice Bryant outsmarted us there. Holy mackerel, you got to be kidding me.
So now Randy Gatewood is out there. Milligan at the turned ankle, and Orshawante Bryant. 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Fullback Glover, and he is slowed down, brought down by Gatewood. Help from Milligan, along with Novak and company.
I got to tell you, I cannot believe the amount of penalties.
Offside, defense, number 17.
That's the second time Randy Gatewood has been offside in the secondary in this game.
Well, you were at the 10-inch line. Now you're at the 5-inch line. So on Gatewood. Heyman Milligan.
Yeah.
Stretch it out, but
no, he's hurt.
Tom Pace will come in as a DB if Milligan can't go.
I can't. I mean, it's to lose both of your defensive specialists in about a 10-second period is amazing to me. So Tommy Pace will have to come in the game as a defensive specialist. Or Shawante Bryant will probably play as a defensive specialist. Hucky Cooper will play the remainder of the game as a wide receiver linebacker. Randy Gatewood will play the remainder of the game as a wide receiver DB. And I think those are all the adjustments.
And Gino, again, Dozell hasn't had trouble, even when the guys were healthy. And a full complement of Arizona players passing on Arizona with efficiency. And you can believe he'll be licking his chops next time he starts to throw deep.
It was amazing, just amazing.
Arizona up by touchdown. Dozell keeping himself from tall and rangy. Did he get in? And yes, he did.
I mean, you put getting the ball at the 3-inch line. I don't know what you could expect.
That's 6'5", 205 pounds.
Just, following Rick Cunningham, keeping his feet moving and driving.
Gino, we were talking earlier about the discipline the Danny White teams have had. And I didn't see, and I don't think any of us were able to detect in that corner that's impaired, or most of the fans here and the cameras, what Clarence Lawson did, but
whatever he did,
to be ejected,
whatever he did,
that's the end of the third quarter. However, the extra point will be
attempted. Put his team
attempted.
in jeopardy, number one. The last time the Rattlers played in this building, we had actually
number
our
64 is an
Larry
eligible
Jones got
receiver.
ejected from the
Number
game.
64.
And I was coaching in that game in 1995. And then Cecil Doggett got mad and walked off, and he was in the line. We had both of our defensive specialists gone in that game. Must be something about this building.
PAT is good. Right now we're tied here at the Thomas and Mack with a quarter to go. Arizona and Las Vegas on Fox Sports Net.
Goodwrench, the one and only GM expert. Can anyone be this good? You use the most advanced GM diagnostic equipment?
That's right.
As skilled with the computer as he is with a wrench.
Now get a lube, oil, and filter plus multi-point vehicle inspection for $19.95 or less. Mention this ad and receive 100 GM Goodwrench airline miles. Check out the values on our brand name tires, too. See your participating Valley GM Goodwrench dealer for details.
Housekeeping.
Do you need something to wake you up? We've got the freshest coffee going. And anything else you want. Circle K. What else do you need? Do you wish you had a camera? We've got cameras and anything else you want. Circle K. What else do you need? Now it's Circle K.
Presented by Budweiser. Grab a cold, fresh Budweiser. It's game time. And by your Valley GM Goodwrench dealers with 25 locations to serve you. Kent Derdivanis along with Gene Nudo back with you here in Las Vegas. Rattlers trying to win their 4th straight game, but it's not going to be easy. We're tied in the 4th quarter without the services of Heyman Milligan along with Clarence Lawson. Here's Sia Burl. To the 10. And Burley is done. And Las Vegas certainly are fired up. Frank Carter, former sergeant of the Marine Corps, able to make the stop.
Big hit. As you can see, Sia's sliding and sliding. Joe Birch gets his head in there, and a couple of guys come over the top. Bullard one of them, and Frank Carter. Those are the kind of hits you got to get on them little guys.
Been a typical AFL game. There's no safety net. A mistake is just deadly in this one. You turn the ball over, you really put yourself in a bad, bad way. Danny White, if you joined us late, began the game with an onside kick. Las Vegas scored, but sometimes difficult to score inside of the 10-yard line, and Las Vegas scored and led for much of the first half. All the first half. Rattlers got to stop in the half, and now tied at 42.
Sia Burley's getting his equipment fixed. Looks like Orshawante Bryant right now is going to stay in the game as a two-way. The substitution official has got Riley Johnson over because he's confused, as I am probably, as to how this is going to work. I don't think Danny declared a second defensive specialist just yet, and that's why Orshawante will be in the game instead of Gatewood.
Danny, the onside kick really doesn't affect anything that Danny does now in the fourth quarter, I assume.
Specialists in the game for Arizona, number 23 and number 17.
All right.
Okay, I guess he has declared Gatewood as a defensive specialist, and Tom Pace. How about the fan support for Hunky out here?
Well, and the sad thing is that the front office had placards, these signs that said, "Beat Hunky." Hunky almost came here. This is his hometown. He said he wants to play, and he got
Hunky
the fans
was
fired
not
up.
coming here. Hunky's an Arizona Rattler.
He said he wants to go where he has the best chance of winning, and the Las Vegas team didn't take to that too well.
Well, that wasn't a slight at them. It was he knew what he had in Arizona.
As said Bonner, we'll have Hunky to the right. Orshawante Bryant in high motion. Bonner with him. Give the ball, and nothing at all. Play strung out. It's a loss of about a yard for Bo Kelly. And the defense playing well. We said earlier, these two defenses, in terms of stops and possessions, were in the top 3 in the AFL.
Well, it's just good defense by Thaddeus Bullard and DeWitt. And for no gain. And, you know, Danny started several first down plays now with the toss. He's probably setting them up for one of those toss passes.
Bullard made some fine plays in the game here in Las Vegas today. And there's an issue. You see the referee, Riley Johnson, coming over toward the Arizona bench.
My guess is they're going to get Clarence Lawson off the bench. I think the rules are clear that if you're ejected from a game,
please reset the game clock to 13:56.
That might have been the case. They hadn't thrown a flag in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, there he goes now.
So Lawson departs. Milligan, the injury, not an ankle, but a knee, the right knee. It'd be pretty remarkable if Arizona can get out of here with the W, having lost 2 of their top DBs. Second down and 10. In the fourth quarter. Bonner, first down. Orshawante Bryant. Cornelius Bonner forces him out of bounds.
Well, we got
flag in the backfield. It's his maybe a holding against Arizona.
It's a hold against Arizona, but they're hit.
Holding. Offense number 99. Accident. Still second down.
You know, and you know what? They're 100% right. The guys that are yelling he's offside. Watch the nose guard's already moving, and he's got no chance but to have to hold the guy. That's, you know, one foul leads to the other foul, but the first foul doesn't get called.
Bo Kelly was running to the defense of Brian Henderson, who's called for the penalty. That was Henderson's voice you heard, although it had no impact on Riley Johnson, the referee. All right, here we go on second down and about 18. Burley in motion. Bonner, it's a loose ball. Ball in the end zone. Arizona. And it is a safety. Covered up by Henderson, but it will be a safety as he was touched in the end zone by Frank Carter. And there you have a break and serve. It's a lead for Las Vegas.
Well, Cedric Looked like the ball just slipped right out of his hand as he was trying to get away from the rush. That's a big momentum play. Safety is always a big momentum play. You know, trying to run the screen. Alert play by Bryant Henderson. Could have been a touchdown.
He had a good call. Yeah, arm certainly wasn't going forward. Add to that, besides Las Vegas leading by 2, they'll get the football. And we have a timeout with 13:10 to go in the game. Stay with us, folks. A lot of football still left. But the good guys are down, and down by 2 on Fox Sports Net.
What's wrong? He's out of here. No.
Henderson that gave them the safety. Danny White's team is now down by 2. It was DeWitt who knocked the ball loose. And they're working on the field right now.
Well, I'm wondering what exactly it is. I know that in some cases they'll screw the field down to flatten it out. If one of those screws is sticking up, that could be a problem. Somebody could get cut.
Well, they said they were done last night around 3 in the morning cleaning up after the Metallica concert. But nobody was complaining too much about the field before the game. This is the first of 4 telecasts on the net, Fox Sports Net. Pleased to be having Arizona Rattlers football this year. And in a couple of weeks, less than a couple of weeks, we'll be in Denver at the Pepsi Center. Arizona and the Colorado Crush, another team that is playing pretty good football.
John Elway and company have that organization going in the right direction. New head coach Mike Daly. And they're playing San Jose probably as we speak right now.
San Jose 3-1 and Colorado record of 4-1. You joined us late. Rattlers have had some moments, including that by number 23, the former Sun Devil Tom Pace.
Well, that couldn't be any more wide open than that. And here Tom beats the jam of Marvin Taylor.
Well, that was no easy opportunity for the stoic Tom Pace. Got some devil in him, though. I mean, he
does. He's got a lot of Sun Devil in him.
There's a lot of winking and.
You know, it's interesting looking at Matt Anderson, our trainer down there, trying to dry the field up. And it's almost like when Muhammad Ali fought Sonny Liston. There's a split in the glove, and Angie Dundee tore the glove open. Maybe we're trying to get our guys as much of a rest as we can, because we got a bunch of guys that are going to be playing the rest of the game.
Milligan out for the game along with Clarence Lawson. Lawson was ejected. And Milligan out with a knee injury. Tonight on your Arizona Sports Report, Selection Sunday. Wildcats are going to the big dance. Tune into the ASR. Get a close look at the complete NCAA tournament bracket. The D-backs also in action. We'll have the highlights from all the spring training action all over the state, including the D-backs A's game today. And the Rattlers players will take to the track on their day off. It's a special Rattlers racing feature. You got to see this tonight at 9:30 on the Arizona Sports Report.
They're putting rosin down now. John Singh involved, Matt Anderson, 2 of the best field guys we got.
That'll dry up some of the moisture.
Hard to figure what exactly has gone on there, but I hope they don't use all of it. Bonner needs that for his hands. Well, it's been a kind of a star-crossed day here. A lot of interesting things going on in the Thomas and Mack Center.
Sire Burley. He has 5 receptions. Tom Pace with 3 touchdowns. All right, we got 13:06 to go in the game. That is an eternity. But Arizona stopped for the first time on the safety. And now the Rattlers down by 2. Conventional kick. And through the slack net. Fan got a piece of it through the slack net, so it will be a touchback. We told you tonight on the Arizona Sports Report, you'll see these guys can play football, also very competitive behind the wheel.
Wonderful. Look at that. You think those numbers match up? And I got to check their contracts to find out if this is even allowed. I know that's Clarence Lawson. I can see his hair sticking out.
I wouldn't want to have Bo Kelly chasing me down in the carts. Anderson, the kid from BYU, along with Englehart, Tim Englehart, number 94. Done a nice job as a rookie out of New Mexico State. Dozell hits his man, Maurice Bryant, and Hunky Cooper and Bryant continue the WWF match.
A lot of yipping and yapping. But you know what? It's beyond that now. Just a little hitch route. Hunky's out there. Tom Pace now playing in a real different position for him. Maurice trying to throw Hunky off of him.
There's Hunky. Novak, 38, is the other linebacker right now, with Pace as a DB. And now Pace is matched up with Bryant. And I'm sure they'll try to do that as far as they can throughout the entire fourth quarter. Milligan leaving earlier in the second half with a knee injury. Dr. Sellers taking him off the field.
It is eerily like 1995. Both specialists in the locker room. We didn't win that game.
I hope this is a departure from that, Gina. Dozell. His man in motion. Grab is made. Nash stops, gets the first down. Hunky and Gatewood to tackle near the 20-yard line.
The coverage was interesting. Something in their alignment. Orshawante Bryant was lined up wide out top, and he keyed on Nash right away and drove hard on him. Missed the tackle. You know, Gatewood was a little dinged up in the first half today, too.
We talked about the moisture on the field. It was from the oil of one of the leaky motorcycles out earlier on the pregame. That never happens in America West.
You know, we check our motorcycles.
Yeah, very clean. Dozell, first and 10. Open, Ware, down the near board line. Now the only stop in Las Vegas came in the end of the first half when they missed the field goal. That's been it. After that, they lead by 2.
They've been very, very in sync all day. Here you'll see Dozell looks down the field, sees the coverage, goes to his backside check down route. Lenny Ware just sitting there waiting against the zone coverage.
Clint Dozell, solid quarterback. No mistakes here. And it is caught. Wow. Novak. He made an impact. A.J. Novak.
Well, A.J. just pursues the ball on a slant route, and Lenny turns around, and hello, Lenny. That's UNLV meeting William Penn, and he's probably asking the same question. Where the heck is William Penn?
Second down and goal from the 5-yard line. Nash will be in motion. Deflected, intended for Bryant. And it was Brian Henderson who got a piece of that.
Big play. Big heads-up play.
They can translate that into some sort of takeaway. Rattlers need a stop.
It's going to come down to needing a stop regardless if it's in this drive or the next drive or the drive after that. And I'm sure that it's going to be a 2-down territory for them.
Rattlers had the upper hand, but a safety gave Las Vegas a 2-point lead. And the Rattlers had to give up possession, obviously. And now here is Las Vegas trying to add to their lead. Dozell being hammered, gets the pass off. And it was Antoine Scott who got to the quarterback.
Trying to set up a screen, and Antoine Scott read it all the way.
The quarterback was out of the pocket, and the ball crossed the line of scrimmage. Fourth down.
You see Antoine right away. Joe Birch slips off because he's setting up the screen on the nose. And Antoine, who's got that burst, now puts the Rattlers defense in a 4th down situation. A stop will put the Rattlers back in the position to take the lead again.
All right, here we go. 4th down and goal. Rattlers have Antoine Scott as the nose tackle. Nathan Henderson of the guard. And a trap for the touchdown. Marcus Nash once again. That's 4 for Nash.
Again, it's time. You got to get quarters.
Number
Get a
64,
beat on the quarterback.
Ellsbury
Watch
receiver.
Nash. He
Number
finds the opening.
64.
He wheels back. Dozell gets the ball over the Jack linebacker, Hunky, and got to make plays.
Give
Big
Dozell
extra
credit.
point.
He's had a big day also. 4 touchdowns for Marcus Nash. And the PAT, it is good. Timeout, 7.5 to go in this one. Arizona is down, albeit still a 1-possession lead. Excuse me, 2-possession lead for Las Vegas. They're up by 9. On the 4th touchdown pass, caught by Marcus Nash on Fox Sports Net.
If you've been injured in an accident, you need the right attorney, someone you can trust. Phillips & Associates is one of Arizona's largest consumer law firms, and thousands of Arizonans have trusted Phillips & Associates with their accident and injury cases. Call 602-258-8888, and remember, Phillips & Associates, the firm that makes house calls. That's 602-258-8888. You can even retain them by telephone. No office visit required, so call now, 602-258-8888.
The Room Store is #1 in Arizona because of our great selection of famous name brands. We'll beat any price, any day. Our next day delivery. Buy it today and have it tomorrow. At our no-hassle money-back satisfaction guarantee. Never a cancellation or restocking fee. And right now, save store-wide on every living room, bedroom, dining room, and every CD Posturepedic mattress and box spring set. And get 0 down and 0 interest till April 2006. Look for our 8-page insert in Sunday's Arizona Republic.
At the Room Store.
Don't miss it.
Las Vegas up by 2 possessions, much in part because of this guy. And Marcus Nash only playing because somebody pulled the rear end. Terrell Shaw pulled strained the left buttocks, muscle, or glute. And he's out large range anywhere between 1 and 5 weeks.
Well, he'd have been playing at the wide receiver linebacker position, but he's given a career day. There's a kick off the scoreboard. That'll get the Rattlers the ball at the 20-yard line. But, you know,
the kickoff
if you don't
in an
kick,
overhead structure, the ball will be placed at the 20-yard line.
he'll be the
First
player
down.
of the week this week. 15 catches thus far with 4 touchdowns. That's a big day.
We talked about at 6'4", he's a big target. Didn't have the speed of some of his teammates, but he's been effective. And Dozell's had time. A couple occasions, Rattlers have put heat on the quarterback, but for the most part, Dozell's been able to just pick his receiver. Now leading by 9. Rattlers will have the ball at the 20-yard line with the kickoff hitting the scoreboard. Kickers will practice and try to stay either right or left, wherever they're more comfortable. But Dozell knows, still with 7 minutes, a lot of things can happen here. It's caught, flag thrown, Pace breaks free, has the first down inside the 15, stopped near the, finally stopped inside the 10. Could be against Las Vegas, it would appear.
It looks like it. Everybody's walking down that way.
Including Riley Johnson.
Defense. Linebacker out of the box. Penalty is declined. Results of the play. First down.
Here's a little bit over and above by Tom Pace. He catches the hitch, spins. Now he gets hit at the 14-yard line and gets an extra 6 yards out of this thing. 4 different guys laying on the ground behind him.
Well, Frank Hagee can't be too happy across the way. His team with the 2-possession lead, but the kickoff hits the scoreboard.
They got 3 coaches on the field over there. The rules state you can only have 1.
And now, well, no one's moving anywhere. By the way, one of them, man on the right, that's Davis. And we talked about earlier, Stan Davis there on the right. He's also an actor. Fast Times, Ridgemont High. He appeared in that film, a bit part.
Is he the guy that ordered the pizza to the classroom?
Yeah. Spicoli, and then he was in the film Leon the Pig Farmer, which I don't remember that getting to
Very
an
important.
Oscar.
Yes, it was Miss Piggy was co-star.
Bit parts for Stan Davis, pretty good defensive coordinator, but the head man, Hagee, is upset.
You know what? At a certain point, the referee's got to, give him his say and then tell him to sit down and be quiet. And Darryl Leftwich,
Well, the sideline warning.
the side judge is telling him, let's go.
First warning.
sideline warning. That only made Hagee even more upset. But still, he's got the three coaches out there, and Hagee's going to blow a gasket.
Well, they need to, Daryl Leftwich needs to hammer him and flag him right now.
I thought
there it is right there. He got him with the flag. And you know what? They ought to throw him. The headset went 25 rows up. The shirt is off. And the coach just got thrown.
And Hagee's not going to stay out there any longer. He's done his...
Well, you know what? Did you see that chest? He took his shirt off and then he got... Look at the head.
Well, that's why it only got to the first level. It didn't make it to the second level. And security's going after him. Well, this will certainly cost Hagee. And here's Danny. I've never seen that before, Danny's saying.
Oh, my gosh.
And he's leading, he's leading by 2 possessions.
There goes the headset. Oh, and there goes the shirt. You know what? I thought he might have been a soccer player. Hey, that's it. I'll tell you what, he's got the wife beater on though. Very nice.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
And Gino, the last one, of course, the sideline warning really upset him. But the earlier call, what got his attention? Because
I've never seen anything like it. And again, the referee is checking with the substitution official on the Rattlers bench.
Well, maybe Clarence Lawson and Hagee can watch the game together in the locker room.
Well, we got a bunch of guys in the locker room. They can sit down together.
Milligan is hurt. Well, Ron James, that's not Ron there. Ron is the assistant head coach, so it figured that he would take over.
Do you think the fan is listening on the headset right now to what's going on?
I want to know, Gino, any idea what got him besides the sideline warning?
Well, it was obviously they think the Rattlers have a substitution infraction. And that's what they're complaining about.
On which one, though?
I really couldn't tell you.
Well,
what do you want to talk about? We got a little dead time here.
Well, Frank didn't make it to the second deck with a headset, but he gave it a pretty good effort.
I'll tell you what, though, he had a pretty good heave-ho. Did he get ejected? Did he get ejected?
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Did you hear an announcement that he was ejected?
No, I haven't heard the announcement. Maybe he doesn't want to watch any more of this game with the officials out here. But
you know the way this thing is going, I don't blame him. I wouldn't want to watch much more of it either.
Well, a lot of flags. No coach has been happy about that. Now we're going to hear the official word from Riley Johnson. Hold on.
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike. The head coach is ejected. First down.
And you know what? They have no choice but to run. When he's acting that way on the sideline, you got to say goodbye.
And I got to be very clear with you on this too. The flags are not all unwarranted. I mean, you know, offside penalties and different things, linebacker out of the box, those are all things that are penalties. And the league will tell you, coach them up better.
It has not been a clean game, and that's from the beginning. All right, here come the Rattlers. First and goal from the 5-yard line. Bonner, time, pace, touchdown, Arizona. And another flag is thrown as Jackson getting into it with Brunell Hankton. They've been at it for a while. He joined us late. Clarence Lawson ejected, unsportsmanlike conduct.
Offsetting fouls. Unnecessary roughness, number 16. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Number 86, those will offset. The try will be attempted.
Hankton and Jackson, the guilty parties.
If I'm the Rattlers, we're going to go up there and forget about all this business. That clock keeps running until the ball is kicked, okay? And actually, Danny's going to go for 2. He's going to put the ball on the right hash with his left-handed quarterback.
Trying to make it a one-point game. Fans certainly riled up. Many of them on their feet here at the Thomas and Mack. You're watching your first AFL game. This is not typical. Yeah, it's physical, but they don't have the head coach thrown out. Trips formation to the right side. Pitch it. Joe Jackson. Joe Jackson fighting, and he gets in for the 2-point PAT.
What effort. He was stopped, it looked like. Great effort by Joe. And in Las Vegas, had an all-out blitz on from the secondary, which, watch the backside blitz here, but
deflected, at least from the outside, but they're playing hard. They're in for a real battle here with Las Vegas.
Well, generally when you have a lot of adversity, two things happen. Either you fall apart or you focus and focus down even more. You know what? Looks like we're ready for an onside kick here.
Garner. He's got about 5 or 6 different kicks in his arsenal. And this one popped up and will be brought out at the 20-yard line. Although no flag thrown. Let me just spot it right there. A quick reminder.
The kickoff hit the turf and went out of bounds. First down.
Fox Sports Net. Across America is the new weekly magazine show that reveals sports' most dramatic stories. This week, Colorado football player Jeremy Bloom takes on the NCAA in a case that could change college sports forever. Plus, meet the Gonzaga player whose toughest battles come off the court. Fox Sports Net Arizona debuts tonight at 9 p.m. right here on Fox Sports Net. We'll have the ball at the 11-yard line, which is not the end of the world because Dozell's been very effective throwing long. Got a lot of real estate in the end zone. Incomplete.
Gatewood tried to undercut the route. He read the corner route all the way. Clinton just didn't get enough on that ball. You think Frank Hagee is somewhere in the building talking to these coaches on the headphones?
Well, if not on the headphones, he's certainly going to relay messages.
I wouldn't. Here you'll see Nash, who was in high motion, just running the corner route. Really, if he gets him the ball, it's 6.
Arizona down by 1. Nash in motion. Pump fake. Throws. Incomplete. In the last couple of tosses, Dozell's not looked as comfortable. A little more pressure the last 2 tosses on Dozell.
If there's ever an opportunity in a game now where you got to sell out, this is the chance to sell out. There you see Joe Jackson with the blitz. Good pickup. You know, you got to try to get around this guy and just get into his comfort zone. You don't necessarily always have to hit him, but you got to get those people back onto his toes.
On 3rd down and 10 from near the 11-yard line. Nash in motion, headed for Nash. And the flag is thrown. Gatewood got a hand. It wasn't above the waist, but he kind of reached back a little bit. And a couple of flags thrown, which would make it 172 flags on the night.
Well, I mean, how do you not call that? You got to call it.
Oh, I agree.
Pass interference. Defense, number 17. Half the distance to the goal, and an automatic first down.
Joe Jackson was bringing the pressure, too. Finally got a hit on Dozell. Gatewood sits on the stutter. Again, you know, anytime a guy can stop his route and restart his route, it puts a defender at a big disadvantage.
Now 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. Dozell involved in that shootout against the Rattlers last year as a member of the Grand Rapids team. Nash in motion again, and Cornelius Bonner can't handle it.
Well, the ball was low and away on him.
Well, and look at man, and he's complaining. He's talking.
The ball hit him about knee high.
And he's quickly letting Dozell know that while he was open, he needs the ball up a little bit.
Well, Clint's the kind of quarterback. He won't spare chastising a player. So I'm sure that Cornelius has gotten it at some point from him, so he's giving it back to him.
See the time remaining top of your screen. 2nd down. Nash in motion again. Dozell throws. Bottom away. Good defensive play made by Randy Gatewood. What a job by Gatewood to get in there. Good coverage on Denison Robinson.
What a job by the Rattler defense here in this quarter particularly. Here they read it. Gatewood drives on it. Almost.
And he got that hand in there to knock it away. Arizona trying to get their 4th consecutive win.
They're going to earn it today.
This is 4-down territory. It is 3rd and goal now from the 5-yard line. Doug Flank's defense trying to get a stop here. It'll be just the 2nd on the day. Bonner got his wish, Cornelius Bonner, and a little too much celebration will result in another flag. But that one was up where he wanted it.
Well, that's a big flag, too, because now they're going to have to kick their extra points further back. Here you just see two receivers behind each other. Nash and Bonner.
The touchdown is good.
But it's a 7-point ball game now. And the longer extra point could come into play.
Number 64 is an eligible receiver. Number 64.
You say, well, it's not a big deal. You're only moving it back a few yards. Well, keep in mind those uprights are just 9.5 feet across.
Well, it's unsettling, too, for the kicker.
Goins, pretty well regarded. He's been around for a while.
Well, he was a kicker on that championship team in Grand Rapids. He's a solid kicker.
Should be like the 23-yard field goal and no automatic in the AFL. That was a narrow upright. And it's a distance, and the PAT is good. 1:13 left. Arizona down by single possession, down by 8. Gene and I back with more right here on Fox Sports Net.
What's wrong? He's out of there. No. The lunch meetings, the receipts, and this. He's in a meeting.
It's not what you think. It's even better now. Taco Bell's new Fiesta Taco Salad is better than before. All the taste you love with a new tangy chunky salsa and new lime seasoned crunchy tortilla strips. For a taco salad that's even better than the original, think outside the bun.
Mr. Goodwrench, the one and only GM expert. Can anyone be this good? You use the most advanced GM diagnostic equipment?
That's right.
As skilled with the computer as he is with a wrench.
Now get a lube, oil, and filter plus multi-point vehicle inspection for $19.95 or less. Mention this ad and receive 100 GM Goodwrench airline miles. Check out the values on our brand name tires, too. See your participating Valley GM Goodwrench dealer for details.
1 minute left. We'll get the clock settled in a moment, but should be 1 minute left. Cornelius Bonner with the touchdown grab. This is a spirited group. A lot of emotion. We'll see if Arizona gets it downfield, having a 2-point PAT needed to tie the game. Just a stop apiece between the two teams. But the Las Vegas stop was bigger, stopping Arizona. It resulted in the safety. And they get the ball right back. Yep.
Well, there'll be a few possessions here, I got a feeling.
Yes, only a minute left. Not in the AFL. I mean, 1 minute left, sure, but back and forth.
This team, Las Vegas, lost to Colorado the opening game of the year, where Colorado scored 2 touchdowns in the final 12 seconds of the game.
See if they feel they're snake bitten or not. A team that has lost some close games earlier this year, as Gene made mention. They've lost 3 out of 5. Sia Burley returned 1 kick for a touchdown. I think the problems for Las Vegas began, Gino, when Goins hit the scoreboard, and then a couple of penalties. And Nagy just lost it, and he lost his headset. It kind of slipped right out of his hand.
Okay, I've been in this league for 18 years, and I've never seen a guy throw his headset into the stands.
And we made mention that Ron James, the assistant head coach, now the acting head coach, I think his last head coaching job was with the Moscow Giants back in the early 90s.
Oh, yeah, they roll on the wheelbarrows. Actually, Ron James is in the end zone. He's also the special teams coach, and he's going to tell his guys where they want to go with this kick. And by rule, he's not supposed to be there, but I guess home team can do what they need to do.
As the special teams coach, he is there. And the kick by Goins. Sia Burley got a piece of the iron. Here's a hot bounce. It'll be a touchback at the 5-yard line. That's too bad the way Sia's going right now with 2 touchdowns on kickoff returns the last 2 games. You'd like to see him have every opportunity to return one.
There's Ron going back to his bench after doing his duty as a special team coach out in the end zone.
You know, his headset fits better than Frank's. Frank's just didn't have a good tight fit to it.
I don't know. He's having a little ear problem there, it looks like. And who do you think he's talking to with that thing out there like that? He's got the dead set on.
1 minute left. Rattlers down by a possession. Here's Monkey. Got down immediately near the 13. Tackle made by Sutton, who's played well in his first game.
Clock is running.
In motion. Burley. They come over the near sideline. Cooper, and he's pounded by Sutton. No problem for Hunky. 31 seconds left.
Back-to-back hitch patterns. Brings the clock down to 31. First and 10 for the Rattlers. And Danny's going to make sure that we're going to be going for 2 here to tie this game up with about 5 or 6 seconds left.
Bryant to the left. Cooper, corner of your screen to the right. Burley in motion. Bonner looking, and Bryant turned around. Bonner was dumped. Pretty good pressure applied by Las Vegas. Clock stopped with 25 seconds.
Thaddeus Bullard coming off the edge around, really under Wendell, rolls into the quarterback. Pretty tough to stop that momentum when that guy is such a big guy and all of a sudden he's down around your feet.
Charlie Morris at center. Henderson, Gaines are the guards. Kelly at fullback. Second down and 10. Bonner a screen. Incomplete. Flags on the field. Then I get called for a holding on a screen play. Appears to be against
holding
Las Vegas.
defense number 75 with a pull and shoot. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Well, more importantly, it took 4 seconds off of the clock. Joe Birch grabbed the center so that the linebacker could get through clean.
Las Vegas has never won against a team in their own division. 0-3 against the Rattlers, 0-6 against the division. They lead by 8 with 21 seconds remaining. That's Burley in high motion. Bonner, comeback effort. Bryant can't hold on to it, incomplete. 17 seconds remaining.
You've got to keep going about your business. You got the clock is not a factor right now. Here you see Orshawante is on a hitch. He sees the little opening, so he's moved inside a little bit. If he doesn't drop the ball, it ends up being a catch and a timeout.
Enough downs to work with also, as you see, second down and 10. Rattlers knew they'd be in for a battle here against Las Vegas. That's Hunky in motion. Bonner. Did he catch it near borderline? He held on to it. What a grab by Sia Burley. Goes out of bounds. 11 seconds remaining. Penalty flag on the field. You're right, Gino, about wind it down the way Danny White. They get in. They're still going to have to get the 2-point PAT.
Number 2 out of the box. The penalty is declined. The results of the play was a completed catch.
Well, you know, it's tough being involved with the team and trying to be an objective analyst. Right now, I'm just hoping the Rattlers can find a way to get in the end zone and come up with a 2-point play that'll maybe put Ron James' feet to the fire a little bit.
They got to keep an eye on the clock. 11 seconds remaining. 2 timeouts. Down by 8. Burley in motion. Bonner throws. It is caught. Flag on the field. Gaywood scrambles to get into the end zone. He was down at about the 4. 6 seconds remaining.
Going to have pass interference against Las Vegas. They're going to take a penalty on every play until the referees don't call one. That's what it looks like.
6 seconds remaining.
Going to get 2 plays down here to try to...
Holding, defense, number 2. Penalties decline. Second down. Arizona is charged for their second timeout. 30-second timeout.
Said Bonner over to Danny White.
Had to take the timeout because the tackle was made inbounds, and the clock would start right now by declining the penalty.
They did not get a first down. It's conceivable they could get another, but that doesn't matter. It's the scoreboard clock with the 6 seconds left.
And I'd have somebody watching that right now. Well, he's got it on the right hash, which is nice for the left-handed quarterback. You got 2 plays here is what you got.
Las Vegas trying to get to 500. Danny White's team. The win would give them 4 in a row, but right now they're just hopeful they can get the game into OT. Take their chances in overtime.
Well, you got to show your character right now, and the reason why number 13 makes the big money.
All right. Henderson, guard eligible on the right. Kelly's the fullback. 6 seconds left. Gotta hurry. Get the pass off. Did he catch it in the end zone? It's incomplete, intended for Hunky with 2 seconds left. And here's your game post.
Well, we got another flag.
Pass interference, defense number 9. Pass the distance, automatic first down.
Yeah, but that won't put any seconds on the scoreboard clock.
Here you see Hunky Cooper running the wheel route back to the outside. And you see Cornelius Bonner grabbing him and the flag coming out.
Timeout. Arizona. Third and final timeout. 30-second timeout.
Said Bonner wants to make sure you don't spot at the 3. You got to get it down at the 2.
Actually, I'm surprised it wasn't decline. It was a penalty decline.
Yeah, no, they accepted the penalty.
Just to give yourself a little bit more room.
Well, you need 2 yards. Actually, now they mark the ball at about the 1.5 yard line. So you need
Frank
a yard
Carter
and a half.
came in clean on that last play, and you gotta get focused. You gotta understand what the play is here. Cedric getting a little rosin. I don't know if he wiped his hands at the 25-yard line to get the rosin.
One play left. The Rattlers have to get the touchdown and a 2-point PAT just to send into overtime.
How loud is it in here right now?
Fans on their feet. They're worked up.
The music is still playing with the Rattlers in the line of scrimmage.
Henderson guard eligible. Early in motion. Hits the ball. Bo Kelly. Kelly fighting. He gets in for the touchdown. What an effort by Bo Kelly.
What heart.
Joe Birch has just thrown his helmet off. He can't believe it. Now we get some flags after the touchdown.
What heart. Oh, there's a penalty?
That's a surprise.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 75.
Joe
throwing
Birch.
the helmet.
Half the distance to the goal now on the point after.
Thank you, Mr. Birch.
Bo Kelly.
Look at this effort.
245 pounds. Looks like he stopped in the backfield. And he just goes right through number 99, Thaddeus Bullard. And give Wendell Gaines a lot of credit, too. Wendell said, get on my back, baby. We're going in the end zone.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, 75. Throwing the helmet to the ground. Half the distance on the extra point.
So instead at the 2.5 yard line, it's just outside the 1 yard line.
2-point ball game, no time on the clock. 2-point conversion to send it into overtime. Folks, your Rattlers have a little bit of heart.
If you joined us late, Arizona fumbled the ball in the end zone. A safety that was the difference. They gave Las Vegas the lead. Neither team's been able to stop the other very often. Just 2 stops combined. All right, here we go. For overtime, or Las Vegas win. Give the ball to Hunky Cooper. Hunky gets into the end zone. A penalty flag has been thrown. And Hunky gets in for the 2-point PAT.
We're going to play a little more.
We never saw it, folks. Our view is impaired.
But with the celebration down on the field, we'll hope the flag's against Las Vegas if you're pulling for the
no foul
Rattlers.
on the play. The two-point conversion is good.
How about that? Overtime.
Well, Ron, are you having fun, baby?
So Arizona has done what was the unconceivable a few moments ago. They've extended the game into overtime on the final play of regulation. Stay with us, folks. Overtime coming up right after we pause for this on Fox Sports Net.
Can you move your toes?
Yeah, I think so.
You're fine. Really? Yeah. It's a mild sprain. Just give it a little ice after the game. Now get back out there.
You sure?
Hey, stake my reputation on it.
Well, thanks, Doc.
Oh, right. Doctor. You look good.
I feel good.
The Room Store is Arizona's Sealy headquarters. #1 in sales and #1 in selection. We'll beat any price, any day. Buy it today and we'll deliver it tomorrow. And only the Room Store has our no-hassle money-back satisfaction guarantee. Never a cancellation or restocking fee. Until Tuesday, save store-wide on every premium, super premium, and ultra premium Sealy and Posturepedic mattress and box spring set. And get no money down and no interest for 2 full years.
At the Room Store.
Sealy savings.
Arizona calls
Welcome
tail.
back to Las Vegas. I'm Gene Nudo along with Ken Derdivanis. It's 58 to 58. Overtime is about to be played. And the Rattlers have won the
Arizona
toss
will receive in
and will
overtime.
receive in overtime.
Las Vegas.
Now in the overtime in
selecting
arena
kick.
football, each team gets 1 possession. That means you get 1 opportunity to possess the ball. If you fumble your possession, the other team gets the ball. If they score, the game is over. If after one team has a possession each, the game is tied, it's sudden death. So Hunky Cooper right now has got these guys in the huddle, and you know what? He is not going to let this game get away. You got to admire the way this team has played. And the Rattlers, minus Heyman Milligan, minus Clarence Lawson, Randy Gatewood hurt early in the game, and they've just kept battling and battled through. And now we're in a position where the Rattlers could still win this game when it didn't look so good with about a minute left. Randy Gatewood, Ironman of the Year in 2003, and is just hoping to get an opportunity to get in the end zone here today. Tom Pace has had a tremendous ball game. I think there's been a lot of heroic effort on this team, particularly in a very tough environment.
You have covered the rules, I take it?
I have covered the rules, and welcome back.
Wait, I was getting a new headset.
I was doing a half dance over here.
I want you to make your
around this head,
play-by-play.
there's a lot of dancing.
I want you to make your play-by-play debut. Off the iron, and it did get through the slack net, actually, and caught the, not the goal post, but the grandstand. No scoreboard that time for Goins, and that's kind of where things began to unravel. If you just joined us, Las Vegas had a 2-possession lead earlier, then it was down to 1. Goins hits the scoreboard. Hagee's thrown out, arguing calls.
Have you seen Maurice Bryant in the last quarter?
He was on the bench, and he was talking. I mean, he was very demonstrative with emotions, but
he's not played though in the last quarter.
Cedric Motter directing Gatewood to the left. Rattlers playing without Clarence Lawson and without Heyman Milligan. Cooper in motion. And deflected. Nice job defensively. I think it was Carter. Fullback or linebacker / fullback to back to the wing.
Carter came with the hard, what they call plug. He saw the gap. He charged hard. You'll see him here to the left of the screen. He saw the ball all the way and batted the pass down. Nothing you can do about that. You can't get a helmet on him because he's at a different level than the rest of your linemen.
You know, Trilogy, each team will be given a possession to score. This is Burley, forced out by Sutton. Can't say enough about Arizona's last drive.
And the fact that Las Vegas, time running out, it was not just getting the touchdown, but the 2-point PAT.
It was well orchestrated, a good disciplined football team. Now you got a 3rd down and 4. My guess is it's 2 downs again.
All right, here's 3rd down. Hunky in motion. Looking for Hunky again, the go-to guy. He breaks free. Hunky at midfield and stays on his feet and then finally dropped near the 16.
So you got a 3rd and 6. You're in overtime, and it's a desperate time. And who do you go to? You go to your heart and soul, Hunky Cooper, and that heart on that banner is almost as big as Hunky's heart. Hunky just runs a good hitch. He gets the defender turned around, Chameion Sutton, and breaks a couple tackles and keeps fighting his way down the field.
Amazing to me that at times, last couple of years,
bigger than that heart.
You betcha. Times in his career when you think he's lost and forgotten, then he comes out and he makes the play that gives Arizona the win. Flags on the field. Bonner's thrown down by Carter.
The umpire threw the flag right away. I'm wondering if Carter was moving prior to the snap.
Illegal defense, illegal rush, number 23. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
I'll tell you how many different type of illegal defenses and holds and twists and are you going to get?
So here's one more. Last one on Carter. Coming outside the guard.
Carter was moving forward. They called 23. They meant 27.
Yep. It was Carter. This is where you like Arizona, the fact in the closing minutes, a poised team together. That was not the case with the head coach Hagee ejected. A few miscues made by Las Vegas. Hunky can't make the grab, incomplete. Sutton was there.
Great ball.
Right on him.
I tell you what, he stuck that ball right on his numbers. Hunky knows it too. You don't see Hunky come back tapping himself like, my bad. He knows. Got his hands a little crossed up in front of him that time.
Ball was thrown a little bit away from Sutton. It's amazing when you think all the extra minutes for these guys who are playing because of losing Milligan near the end of the 3rd quarter along with Lawson. Gatewood and Burley joined by Cooper on the left. This is Burley, and Burley slips. That's not where the oil spill was. Near midfield, they tried to get the Valdez that spilled at the 25-yard line. Hey, Rattler fans among the best fans around, so when you're out celebrating a victory with friends, hopefully today and tonight, make sure you're having a safe ride home. Choosing designated driver is always part of a good game plan. Thanks for drinking responsibly. A message from your friends at Budweiser and the Arizona Rattlers. Burley in motion. Bonner throws, caught by Gatewood. Short flag has been thrown. Down to about the 1.5-yard line.
It's close to a first down, depending on where they spot it.
That's where you love overtime, where the Rattlers get in the ball to start overtime. Arizona scores, they get their stop, and they go home. That's it. They get a win.
Pass interference. Defense number 9. Penalty is declined. And the results of the play, first down.
You know the game as well as anybody, but come on.
Depends
a
on who you're talking
lot of
about.
penalties.
It's a lot of penalties. And they got to turn that mic off.
How's your hearing?
I'm fine. It wasn't so good before that, but 1-yard line. Again, this has been an area the Rattlers have worked hard to get better in during the course of the season.
Gaines is guard eligible. First and goal from the 1. Kelly's the fullback. Hits the ball. Bo Kelly. And Kelly is pushed back. Again, Carter in the thick of things. Second down and goal. They'll spot it out about the 4.
Bo tried hard to step out of it, but Carter came unblocked. You know, you can't let a good athletic guy like Carter come untouched. 6'1", 260 out of McMurray. He just shot the gap right away. And again, I think it's a good job by Joe Birch not allowing the center to get off onto that linebacker.
Tucker, guard eligible. This is Bo Kelly again, digging and driving, fighting for the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, Rattlers.
Just a dive 31. Old-fashioned football, baby. Toe Blake and Eddie Shore. Right up the gut. Big extra point here.
Rattlers up by 6.
Just a dive. Wendell Gaines turns his man.
Well, he is so strong, they get good hits on him, but he just carries the tackles with him time and time again.
First timeout in the overtime period.
Bo Kelly is 245 pounds, and he's the lightest looking 245 pounds you'll ever see. There is nothing there that does not belong there on that man.
You know, but about 2 years ago, he put on some extra weight, and there was some thinking it might slow him down, but I don't think it matters. He's able to break free. He's stronger.
As long as he can keep his weight at 245, and he has a propensity to lose weight during the course of the season. Here you see Bo just, I mean, he is strong. Keeps his feet moving, working hard, working hard. Charlie Morris, Mark Tucker, Wendell Gaines, Coach White's happy, and
where's Frank Hagee right now?
You know, I'm looking in the binoculars, and I know, knowing Frank, I know he's on the headphones.
He's
somewhere
listening to
in the
you.
building.
No, he's listening to you in the locker room.
Now, no, I'm not criticizing him because if I was in his position, I'd be wearing a different color shirt and a big fake beard, and I'd be talking to my guys.
Do what you can to help your team win. All right, here's the PAT. Garner has been perfect today. This one last week. Placement, the PAT, and it is no good.
Well, it was a high snap, and then you take a timeout to leave them thinking about it. Everything worked against you here, so you cannot let them score now.
Well, up to your defense, and again, if you just joined us, Arizona, as you look at Tucker's snap.
Here you see the snap, and I'll tell you, we've hit more upright than any team in the history of football.
It's not like it was shanked or hooked badly.
No.
And one of the better kickers in the league last year, and his numbers will get better, but...
well, it hurts. I mean, you can't sugarcoat it. There's no way, you know, listen, you're supposed to make extra points. That's a pressure kick. You got to make that kick.
Now, Cedric Bonner can only watch and hope that his defense, that's without Heyman Milligan, without Clarence Lawson, can do something they've been able to do just one time today, and that's stop Las Vegas. The only time Las Vegas was stopped was when they failed to hit a field goal in the first half. Pay for tickets. Hope you'll join us in person. It should be some fun. New Orleans, 5-1, first place. 602-514-TDTD. And these guys will need a little bit of rest before they get ready for that one, and that's a very quick turnaround. But still now it's, you got to get a stop for hope to go with it. Likewise finds the field goal.
Well, how about a hit off the iron? Let's recover the kick right now off the iron and put an end to this thing.
We got Maurice Bryant back to receive the kick. This one drilled off the net. Bryant and Englehart, along with Orsewante Bryant, hit Maurice Bryant, and he goes down like a folding chair at about the 7-yard line.
This is good kick coverage by O'Connor's group. Harrius Englehart hustling down. Orsewante Bryant.
Gino, do you do anything differently defensively, knowing that you missed the PAT on how you play Las Vegas right now?
I just think you got to find a way to get a stop, and the guys up front got to dig in, and we got to try to get some pressure on them. You know, it is what it is. Got to make a play.
Henderson, Gaines, Englehart up front. Jackson Cooper, the linebackers, and there's a quarterback sack by Henderson, his league-leading 5th of the season. And that could not come at a better time.
First sack of the game for the Rattlers, and that was huge. But you just can't leave that as your last play in the bag. We got to make 3 more plays here. You'll see Henderson coming from the right side of your screen. He just runs Rick Cunningham Right back. Now it's a matter of desire. I guess who's in better shape.
Doug Plank, defensive coordinator. Nash in motion. Pass caught by Ware. And hit by Gatewood. Along with Orshewante Bryant.
Coverage is soft, and he's just too smart, Clint Dozell. He's going to take what you give him.
Even though Arizona is leading, again, it's just a 6-point lead. Said earlier, so no safety net.
Need a stop, need a fumble, need an interception.
Nash in motion. Dozell, time, sidearm, caught by Maurice. Bryant, straight arms Tom Case, takes him for a ride. Down inside the 15, that's enough for the first down.
Again, Dozell just takes where he looks for the soft coverage. Backside route. Can't let him get the extra yards. Trying to pull the ball out.
Ware to the right. Bryant to the left. Tom Pace is on Bryant. Orshewante Bryant is on Nash. It goes in the corner of the end zone. Incomplete. Covered there by Gatewood.
Well, I thought Gatewood almost had a shot at it coming underneath the route.
This is the carpet monkey that...
Well, you see, he's running a corner route again, and he and Gatewood get their feet tangled up. Two guys playing the football, though. Mike's guys are focused. Doug is working a mile a minute in there.
What a game here today from the Thomas and Mack. Biggest lead with 8 or 9 at one point, and that was it. Dozell throws, juggles, but staying with it. Maurice Bryant inside the 10-yard line. Third down. The way Maurice was down on the ground earlier, we weren't sure he was going to get back up and stay in the game.
I'd like to see 46 out on the field for us right now. Doug Plank. There'll be a few guys looking to get under the turf with him out there.
Days with the Chicago Bears. All right, Maurice Bryant and Tom Pace locked up near the top of your screen. And it's almost intercepted. Hold on, it was incomplete.
Oh, my
Gatewood
word.
almost had the pick.
Oh, my word.
It caught part of the carpet. That would have been huge.
All right, now it's fourth down. There's equal pressure on them as there is on the Rattlers. There you'll see Gatewood. Really just a bad throw by Clint. Just a bad throw, and it happens.
He hasn't had many.
This is the ball game right here.
Rattlers lead by 6. They can still get a first down and keep their drive going. Speaking of Las Vegas, Dozell short drop. It is caught. Did they get the first down? They did. Tackle made by Gatewood. And the drive continues. First down, Las Vegas.
Yeah, they got 4th and 6. I just think you're in that position, you got to roll the dice. What's the worst that can happen? They score a touchdown. I mean, I think you got to have close coverage on this guy. You can't be playing the goal line here in this situation. And we're back covering the goal line on that.
First and goal. Ball near the 3-yard line. Down by 6. Bryant will get into the end zone to tie the game. Well, he's flexing. But the Rattlers' inability to get a PAT has put Goins and company in the driver's seat.
Understand, folks, if he misses the PAT here, next score wins the game.
All right. He makes it a 1-point win for Las Vegas. And the kick, it is good. Las Vegas has won.
Looks like they won the Arena Bowl today.
Well, the streamers being shot out from the scoreboard. This was the game, the first time Las Vegas has ever defeated a team in their own division. Marcus Nash, our Budweiser player of the game. 15 receptions, 4 touchdowns, 186 yards.
He had a great ball game today. You got to tip your hat to him.
You get more opportunity because some of the injuries. Las Vegas goes to 3-3. The Rattlers now drop to 3-3. And don't forget, coming up tonight, Arizona Sports Report, 30 minutes of nightly sports news completely dedicated to the home teams throughout Arizona. Catch the ASR tonight at 9:30 only on Fox Sports Net. Join us for our next telecast, Rattlers football on Saturday, March 27th. Arizona going to Denver to take on John Elway's Colorado Crush right here on FSN. This has been a presentation of Arizona Rattlers and Fox Sports Net. Now for Gene Nudo, this is Derdivanis. Remind you the final score, Las Vegas 65, Arizona 64. So long on Fox Sports Net.